Hello, hello, chat. How are you doing? Welcome. I hope you guys enjoyed the mini radio session. Hello. Hi, Ninji 500. Yuri? Yes, Yuri. Kinda. I'll explain it later. Hello, Percy. How are you? Welcome. Hello, chica. Hola, chica Coliflor. ¿Cómo estás? Bienvenido. Gusto en verte. Hola, Diego Moss. Qué buena canción, ¿verdad que sí? Hi, Shalshik Smith. Hello, welcome. Hi, Atrimodem. Hi, Alberto Muñoz. Bienvenido. Hi, Peruzona. Mariquita. What song is this? It's a Spanish cover of Judas. It is. I found it like... When did I find it? It came up on like my recommended like 2 days ago, and when I heard it I was like, oh my gosh, this is so Jaguar Claw clothing. Oh my goodness. How are y'all doing, madam? Hello, welcome. Hello. Hello, Achimodem again. Chibi, Gap Goose. Hi, how are you? Hello, Percy again. Qué buen gusto musical, Chaya. Muchas gracias. It's Bloody Mary of Lady Gaga. Yeah. Puse dos canciones. Puse a Bloody Mary y puse a Judas, pero en español. Es que, esas canciones las estuve escuchando mientras estuve diseñando mi Teyusi ñaña, o sea, Jaguar Claw, Garra de Jaguar. Those are the songs that I was listening to while I was designing Mr. Teyusi ñaña, aka a Jaguar Claw. That song Fuego Fuego. Yeah, right. I should give you guys the link. Hold on. This is such a good song. I found it out of pure coincidence. Let's see here. Right there. It's all yours. It's all yours. Can you have a playlist for your used music? Oh yeah, of course. It's actually, let's see here. I have the playlist. It's just I have it on private. I should just make it public.
Double clap if you want.
Oh my gosh. I almost played copyrighted music. I will have to send the link later. If you guys are not on Discord, join the Discord and I will share the link there. It's so pretty. Oh, Señor Ñaña. No, but it's crazy that his name is Ñaña. Like, for real, his name is Ñaña. I can't believe it. He is gatote. I showed my mom my design, and she was like, ese es un gatote. So now he's just the gatote Ñaña. Hola, Alberto. I know Lady Gaga, it's the queen of queens. I know, right here. We stand Lady Gaga, sad music. Ocho Venado Garra de Jaguar, the goat. Right, he is the goat. Oh, hello, Mecatlanemi. How are you? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, today we will be talking about the goat. Ika Nakwa Teyusi Ñaña. I call him Ñaña for short. And then you guys will most likely see me referring to him as Nana on Twitter because, guys, I'm gonna be real with you. When I look up historical figures, sometimes I come across my own art and I get jump scared. Like for example, Itzcoat. Let me show you Itzcoat. Let's make an example with Itzcoat. Les voy a mostrar aquí. Cuando yo busco a Itzcoat, les voy a mostrar qué pasa. I'm gonna show you guys what happens when I look up Itzcoat. Okay. Google it Chrome. Okay. Watch this, chat. Watch this. Itzcoat. Okay, cool. We got a nice map. We got some pictures of him. Okay, awesome. Oh, wait. Look, chat. Look. of a sudden, boom, Aztec Yaoi. Boom, Aztec Yaoi. And if I look up Topilsin, Quetzalcoatl. Boom! Boom! And now even with Jaguar Claw, 8 deer, Jaguar Claw. Just, it's not as prominent because I haven't used his name, but the other day, look! So, in order to save future researchers from coming across ridiculous anime art.
Almost like creating art contributes to the evolution of the culture and how the past is viewed or something. Who would have guessed?
Okay, but like, it just feels so... It feels so weird. It feels so weird. Like, with Topilsin, it's okay because I think Topilsin, I feel very proud of his design. Itsuko, on the other hand, I made him kind of silly. And also Aztec Yaoi. So for that reason, when I make posts on like Instagram or Twitter, I tend to use the name Itz. And then with Jaguar Claw, I'm thinking of using Nana so that Google doesn't catch them in the search results. Nyanya is like girl in Peruvian Amazon. I'm telling you, it's Aztec Yuri. I'm telling you guys, it's Yuri. Where's my Yuri? Hold on. I knew it. Yeah, in Mystic or New Savvy, Nyanya means jaguar. But yeah, I guess Peruvian Nyanya means girl. So Aztec Yuri is real. Historical Aztec Yaoi. Goatsy. Alive internet theory? Oh, wait, what's the alive internet theory? Is it the opposite of dead internet theory? Insert DiCaprio point at TV me. Hi, Mayan guy, how are you? Welcome. Whoa. Hi, beauty. The funniest thing is that your art is absolutely being used to feed AI. Mezzo Yaoi is because... Wait. That's actually kind of cool. Can I poison the algorithm so that researchers will get mad that some anime girl gaslit ChatGPT into making Aztec Yaoi real? Cuenta en ascendencia. In the future, oh, Aztecs the Kazu. No! Oh my gosh, I'd be so embarrassed. I still feel pretty embarrassed when I see the art on Google. It's like, oh my gosh, like, what if researchers from INA are just looking up these characters and then bam, anime. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Oh god. Did I tell you guys my art was one of my art was fed into AI? God dang it, I wish. Oh, I need to show you guys that picture. The person deleted it. But basically, when I was getting a lot of, I guess, attention with this art. Do you guys remember this art? Some people were being weird about it. And this person made an AI edit where they got rid of Sophia and put a white man next to Dachi. And they're like, oh, this is the true cutest couple. And I was like, I think the guy or the AI got confused and thought Tachi was a girl. So this guy, unknowingly, he made like Aztec Yaoi Mpreg. They were celebrating They were celebrating gay sex in Mpreg. Unbeknownst to him. Okay, that's the word. Hi Neil, thank you. Thank you for your help on vocabulary. I appreciate it. But yeah, so he made like Mpreg. And I was laughing, dude. I was laughing my ass off. And then I was so close to responding, but I was like, no. I don't want to encourage more people to make AI edits of my art. But then he deleted it. And then he made a new one. But the AI gender bent Tachi. Oh wait, I actually think I have the pictures. Wait. Hold on. I'll show you guys. I have them around here. Wait. 1 second, chat. I got you. Where? Okay. Wait. Because I thought they were on my phone, but no. Okay. I found the Mpreg chat. It's like, I can't believe they impregnated my boy Tachi. My boy Tachi has been impregnated and has given birth to an adorable girl. Good for him. I mean, Tachi is amazing. Okay, there's nothing impossible for him. Jesus Christ. What the hell? Yeah, someone made an AI edit. They made an AI edit of my art and they made Tachi Mpreg. But of course, as I mentioned, the person noticed the error of his ways and changed it. So, all they really did was give Tachi long hair.
He can be pregnant if you try hard enough.
It's funny because they made another edit. They deleted this art and then they made another edit, but they just gave Tachi long hair. So in my eyes, he's still a guy, just with long hair. So the Mpreg still persists. It was amazing. Jay, yes, poison. I have so much art I promised to make and I plan to finish it all this stream. Manifesting! Yes! Ganbatte! You got this! Hello! Just stopping by to say hi. I gotta go Mimi's in a bit. Got a long drive to San Diego tomorrow to take Dad to CBX. Oh my goodness! Okie dokie! Yes! Make sure to rest up. Neil, thank you for stopping by and saying hi. Ñaña en Ecuador es hermana. Hola Nocturnal, how are you? ¿Cómo estás? Ina should commission your yaoi art for official publications. Ina, I will gladly make yaoi art. I'll gladly make any sort of art. Mpreg, yaoi, yuri, hentai, you name it. I got you. Real artists always hate on AI. Oh yeah, I hate AI, but sometimes it's so stupid that I'm like, okay, I'll just laugh at it. I'll just continue to laugh at it. And Benos to him, even the AI wanted none of their bullshit. Exactly. Oh, Dios es atractivo, claro. Wow, Snoo. Felicidades, Chaya, pasaste a los libros de historia. Pero, at what cost? At what cost, chat? Lamau. Jesus Christ, Chaya, what the hell? A live Omegaverse theory. Recuerda, Chaya, que yo te pedí permiso para poner tu topilsin en mi presentación de un filósofo que me interesaba para mi materia de la ética de la U. Sí, creo que sí, me acuerdo. ¿Y qué tal salió la presentación? Right, you're gonna find Aztec Yaoi in the grad student's presentation one of these days. Just I'm actually curious if there are any students that have used my art. Actually, I have had people ask me. Like Chica Coliflor, I know, asked me. I've had like 2 other people ask me, I think. I'm like, hey, can I use your art in my class presentation? And I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. Just put my username on there. It's usually on there anyways. But if it isn't, just like tag me. But yeah, I think it would be an honor for students to use my art for their projects. Will there be art comms in the future? Oh, for me making commissions? Yes, I tend to open commissions at least once a year. I most likely will open them at the very end of the year. My plans to open them in July will most likely not happen because I already have some other commissions I am working on. So yeah, it'll be a while, but thank you. In the meantime, you could check out my VGen, and there's like a little notification bell. So whenever they go live, you will be the first to know. That reminds me, I read a BL historical novel about Moctezuma X. What? Moctezuma X Cortez? That's crazy. That's insane. Okay, but my question is, who was the top? This is for research purposes. Who was the top? Who was the bottom? I need to know. You need to tell me, Perusona. I mean, not yet. What would your reaction if an actual historian asked you to draw the cover of their research papers? Whoa, that would be crazy. It would be an honor for sure. I would also be kind of nervous because I feel like my art is out. I feel like my art can be kind of poopy sometimes. Like lately, my art has been let me see, has been this style, like just very simple anime style. But my style that I want to do more is like this style. Let me see. Like this style. This is my my fancy style, and I just haven't been able to draw in that style because it takes a lot out of me. It's a very time consuming and energy consuming, so I haven't done them in a while. I think I've had more fun doing the simple doodles and posting them more frequently, because sometimes I just have a silly idea and I just want to shit post sometimes, guys. I just want to make memes sometimes. Tremendo. Legion. Oh, thank you, Percy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Viejo, tú sí que estás enfermo. ¿Yo? Sí, quizás esté un poco enferma. ¿Qué es, wait, ¿qué es eso? No, se volvió mega de golpe. You laugh because you know there are resources to create a good story about the relationship between Moctezuma and Cortez. Resources to make Moctezuma and Cortez. I feel bad. Like, I feel bad for Moctezuma. I read his story into Fifth Sun, and like I was so distraught by the end of it that I was like, man, Moctezuma is up there with Finnick Odair and Lelouch v Britannia for deaths that just broke me. So I don't know, man. I will only accept it if Moctezuma's the top. Bro, this quest looks insane. Thank you, thank you. Gee, I think I left my sketchbook at school. I can't find it. No, not the sketchbook. Hi, I really like the anime type style. Hi, Free the World. Welcome. Thank you for liking my anime style. I also really like the anime style. It's just so easy. It's so easy to draw. I could like draw one of those in one sitting. Like, I'll just sit down, draw for like an hour or two, and then bam, I have an art done. But with the oh wait, oh Moctezuma. But with this one, this is like almost a week, like 3 days or more to finish it. It's pretty intense. What if they just end up wanting to stab each other? You know, that's the beauty of fiction. That's the beauty of fiction. They could do whatever they want to each other, honestly. They could. That's some wild stuff. Not in the fun. Oh. The creator deleted it due to hate and he received on Wattpad. Ooh. I actually disagree with that in the sense that, like, you're allowed to dislike stuff, but harassing people for it is just nah, bruh. Just leave it alone. Just ignore it. Let the guy enjoy his interesting Moctezuma Cortez fantasy. I mean, as long as he's not hurting anyone. But like, damn, it's so crazy though. Al profe le encantó. Yeah, me alegra escuchar eso. I mean, yeah. Yeah, like, cause in the end, it's like not that deep, bro. Like, you really are sending death threats to someone for silly, like, stupid yaoi on Wattpad. Like, come on, bro. Come on, we could do better. We could do better than that. There are other issues that we can be getting angry about, you know, like actual indigenous people being hurt in modern day Mexico because of horrible institutions or groups. So I think those are the people that should be receiving death threats. not some guy writing yaoi online. Right? They're still here after all. Exactly. Like, and like, I've also gotten hate for a lot of stuff too. For simple, like, you guys remember I got a lot of hate for this picture, and it's like, you guys, there are actual problems in the world that are actually affecting indigenous people of today. Can we focus the rage on those issues and not silly anime pictures on the internet? I think we would have a lot of progress as a society if we did that. Ancient history is meant to be mocked. That's how fate exists. Yeah, pretty much. This world isn't ready for Moctezuma Cortez yaoi and but it will be one day. One day. But bro, I would read it. Unironically, I would read it because that's crazy. That's crazy. I would read it as in like, yo, this could be so bad that it's good. Or it could just, I don't know, maybe the guy was just ahead of his time. For real. Hates Twitter art yet still buys tons of Coca-Cola. Exactly. If you know, you know. Oh yeah. Coca-Cola Company and just so many big giant corporations that are doing all they can to destroy indigenous communities and steal more land and just deteriorate the rich culture that has been preserved for so long. Like, those are the real issues, not Wattpad fiction. I have a question. Do you think coconuts and grapes are the sexiest fruit? When people get fed them and eat them, coconuts and grapes are the sexiest fruit? Not the sexiest for me. Let's see. Sexiest fruit for me? What would it be? I think like a passion fruit, you know? Like, ooh, a fruit that's passionate. Banana. Yeah, banana. I was gonna say corn too, but that's a vegetable. But like the fact that corn in Mesoamerica was like an innuendo for peepees. Like, there's this one story where there's a singer from the city-state of Chalco, and Chalco at that time was subjugated by the Aztec Empire. And they lost so bad against the Aztec that the Aztec basically took away the royal family. They kicked out the royal family and nobility of the Chalcan people and placed their own rulers for that city-state. So over time, the people of Chalco were getting frustrated because they wanted their own nobility to be ruling over them. And they also wanted a bit more autonomy. And so this singer went to the palace of Ashayakat, who was the Tlatoani at the time. And I think the singer's name is Quecholcoatl, which means flamingo snake. And he went with a group of dancers and drummers and just like a whole performance group. And they performed for King Ashayakat. And the song was called the Chalcan Woman's Song. And when you read the song, it's pretty graphic. It's pretty lewd, to the point that like there's a scene where the woman, that's like the character singing the song, she's describing how, like, you know, King Ashayakat, like, hey, why don't I peel that corn for you? Ooh, could you give me that corn, King Ashayakat? Which, you know, obviously is a symbol for the pee-pee. And so yeah, that happened. It was a pretty risky song, not gonna lie, to the point that one of the performers fainted during their performance, because if they messed up the performance in front of King Ashayakat, they would die, bro. Like, if you committed a mistake, it would be like a disrespect to the Tlatoani, and you do not just disrespect the most powerful king in the entire known region. So yeah, there was a lot of risk with that. Even the song itself could have been too spicy. It could have been too like on the nose of like what the Chalca people wanted to achieve through this performance, because ultimately what they wanted was to ask King Ashayakat to have mercy on them and give them more freedom. But luckily, even though one of the performers fainted, Quecholcoatl, he put his heart into the performance, to the point that even King Ashayakat, he was impressed that he came out of his room, because the performers, they would play in like a plaza, like an area separate from the king's room. They wouldn't be able to even see the king. But if the king came out of his room and danced with them, that was a huge honor. And that's what King Ashayakat did. So King Ashayakat, he got out of his room or his private quarters, and he started dancing with the performers. And then at the end, King Ashayakat told Quecholcoatl, hey, come with me into my private quarters. And so King Quecholcoatl went with King Ashayakat. And King Ashayakat introduced Quecholcoatl to his woman, because in his private quarters he had all of his concubines, all of his girly pops. And King Ashayakat told his woman, behold, Quecholcoatl. Welcome him, ladies, for he is your rival. He is your new rival. Aztec Yowie!
Imagine meeting the king of the entire tri-state area.
Exactly, the entire tri-state area, my dudes. That guy was powerful. So anyways, the Chalcan people achieved what they wanted. King Ashayakat showed mercy on them. He bestowed Quecholcoatl and the entire performers with many exquisite gifts of textiles and jewelry and feathers and all sorts of things. And that in itself was a symbol that they had achieved. They had achieved their freedom. Well, not total freedom, but they achieved more autonomy. And from then on, the Chalcan singer Quecholcoatl was a renowned hero amongst the Chalcan people. So yeah, that was just a little tangent about sexy fruits. Kissa! Thank you. Thank you for the cheese. I love it. We still got an actual battle ahead of us. Nobody is illegal on stolen land. Exactly. Exactly. Beautiful banana. The part when Samashika said to Moctezuma, "You are the Cortez woman." Oh, hello? Hello? En vez de hacer la de a pedo por Moctex Hernán, mejor enfoquémonos en mantener el proyecto Perfect Day cancelado. Exactamente. Sí. Y bueno, ya según dijeron que ya no van a tocar a Mayawal, así se dice, Mayawal. Pero pues siguen chingando chat diciendo que pues entonces lo vamos a construir en otro lugar, pero pues güey, no los queremos aquí, que se vayan a la, ya sabes qué. Yeah, exactly. For those of you that have not heard, that one cruise liner, the stinky poopy cruise liner, what is it called? Royal Caribbean. Yeah, they wanted to build a mega tourist location in a very vulnerable place in Mexico called Mayawal. And it is a land that is home to a lot of vulnerable species and is very important for the ecosystem of the area. And yeah, they just wanted to bulldoze the whole thing to build their stupid like getaway tourist death trap. So yeah, luckily the people of Mexico, and I think even internationally, came together to petition against the construction of this godforsaken tourist site. And they won the battle, but you see here, Royal Caribbean, they're not gonna give up, bro. They're a stinky mega corporation, and they wanna continue with their stupid perfect day construction. And if it's not in Mayawal, they're gonna look for another place. But anyways, keep your eyes peeled, keep fighting. Mahawal, yes, thank you, muchas gracias. So keep your eyes peeled, chat. Like, these are the kinds of fights that we should be fighting. Not Wattpad and Preg Yaoi. Did you hear about Juan Jose Marquilla de Teruel Moctezuma Valcor is handsome as hell? Oh, I don't know who that is. Yo justo estoy haciendo un dibujo en perspectiva de Arcángel Miguel y quedé sin mano. No le sé a la perspectiva. Yo también se me hace mucho difícil pintar las manos. ¡Cha! Hi Spruce User, how are you? ¿Esa no era la manzana? La manzana. They were very brave, that tough, so expression and love you is the way. Exactly. Nyam. Have the Aztec influenced music in Mexico? Like similar instruments? You know, I feel like in Aztec, in music, modern day music in Mexico, the influence, you actually see it more in the dance. Not too much in the instruments. I'm not saying that there's no influence in like the instruments and music itself. There definitely is, but I see it a lot more in the dance. Even in modern dance that you might think like, oh, that has nothing to do with the Aztecs. Like, it does. It really does. So I think that's where the main influence is. Todos sabemos que el chocolate es la sexy aquí. Sí, de acuerdo. They want number go up. I know, but it's like, they're gross. Get out of Mexico. Get out of Mexico. Freaking perfect day with your poopy cruise liner. Ugh. Why is it always the tourist traps? I don't know. My thing is, my theory, or what I've seen, is that the whole tourism stuff is just another, it's just like new age colonialism, honestly. It's just new age colonialism, because usually with these giant tourist areas, instead of saying like, oh yeah, we're gonna provide so many jobs for the locals, no, you're kicking out the locals. Because then the darn rich people make everything expensive in the area that the locals can't even afford to live there. So constantly they are getting displaced. And these locals often include indigenous people that have all the rights to their land and to their homes. So yeah, it's just new age colonialism. You rich people, right? The whites already have Cancun. Why do they want more land? Yeah, exactly. It's very gross. And they shouldn't even have Cancun. They should get kicked out. That Juan Jose is a descendant of Moctezuma II. Ah, I see. I bet Royal Caribbean is secretly an Omega.
You're
Sorry, I'm a
absolutely
beta.
right. Capitalism is a tool and justification for colonialism.
Oh yeah, and now I wonder what came first. Was it capitalism that came first, or was it colonialism that came first? I feel like colonialism is what led to the institution or the system of capitalism, and then vice versa, capitalism only continues to promote colonialism. Escapism becomes easy to sell when you make the world miserable for everyone else to live in, so it becomes a cycle of conquest driven by stonks. I hate those darn stakeholders. I will fight until the tourist business people finish, and I'm gonna buy Coca-Cola, no longer buying. Oh yeah. Yeah. I completely forgot about this guy and the official house existing. Oh, Juan Jose. Yeah, is it like the descendants of Moctezuma II? They actually have like a dukedom in Spain. In Peru, the Inca rhythm influenced the Spanish Barroco that went here. I think the same happened in Mexico. Oh yeah, the rhythm. Okay, I could see it in the rhythm as well. El yaoi que leía las mexicas. Hello, mortals. Hi, Immortal One. How are you? Hello. Mejor inviertan en limpiar las playas si tanto quieren nadar. ¿Verdad que sí? No, y luego yo me acuerdo cuando fui a Yucatán, cómo me molestó ver ahí los anuncios que se venden terrenos con playa privada. Like, ¿qué mamadas son esas de playas privadas? Like, what the heck is that? When I went to Yucatan, it really, really bothered me. Just driving through area of like where it was still like jungle, there was still like a lot of wildlife, and it's just these giant signs saying like, we're selling land, call now, we're selling land. And I would look at the places that were already kind of like developed, and it's just like these private like almost like Airbnb houses or patches of land with private beaches. And I'm like, what is this bullshit? What is this bullshit about private beaches? There's no such thing as a private beach, bro. The beach is for the people. Mejor, they kind of co-evolved. It's an Ouroboros of evil where colonialism creates new markets and capitalism exploits everything and everyone in the colonies. Blech. Disgusting. Facts got Chaya, God Percy Pixels. I'd argue capitalism is more of a driving force for colonialism. Nowadays, because like, you know, if we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go colonize this area, you're gonna get canceled, you know? Like, you can't really colonize places. I mean, even though there are places that are being colonized to this day. But I think capitalism is definitely the big major engine for this. Let's see. They go hand in hand at this point, but the initial Kickstart leaned more towards I want your stuff. Yeah. Ew. Gross. But still, that's not an invalid way to see it. And the houses they build are always the most cookie-cutter blocky thing you find in Los Angeles. Oh, yeah. Yeah. When I went to Tulum, I was also very pissed off. Because not only was the food like really expensive, it was also trash. It was complete trash. It was this whitewashed, bland, tourist trap trash that I felt insulted. I had to eat. It was an insult eating that. I enjoyed a 30 peso sandwich from a señora selling on the street than this nasty ass 300 peso tiny tostada, wannabe tostada in Tulum. Like, I genuinely felt insulted eating that. But they promised me a private beach. Never! No! This talk about officialized Aztec noble house reminds me of how Don Nemesio Xiu, the descendant of one Maya king, Sutok Tutol Xiu, who founded the city Uxmal in the 7th century apparently. Oh, you know, I'm glad the descendants are going strong. No, all the natural waterways like lakes, rivers, creeks, coasts in Mexico are property of the country and the locals. They cannot be privatized, yet tourists try. Yeah, it's very stupid. They need to get the hell out. Yeah, there's definitely more qualified people than us probably discussing it. The delineating definitions of where capitalism begins in the evolution of social structures is the question. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a whole different... That's a whole can of worms. That, yeah, if we really want to get deep into it, that's a whole lesson of its own. Girl, 300 pesos. Yeah, dude, it was 300 pesos. Yeah. For a stupid, well, it was 3 tostadas, but they were small. Like, when I eat tostadas at home, dude, it's like a nice, delicious, let's see, measurement wise, like, if I cup my hands, the tostada will take up my 2 hands. But the tostada I got was like a third of that. Or 2/3 of that. It was a lot smaller. It was bland. It was just gross. And hello, everyone should have started with that. Cool as hell knowing Mesoamerican VTubers exist, even for the non-Spanish speaking audience. Yeah. It's all good that the issue is acknowledged at the very least. Still, that is 100 pesos per tostada. Yeah. No, it was really bad. I was pissed. The only thing that made it worth it was this maracuya drink. I had a passion fruit drink. That was pretty good. It was expensive, but I mean, it was alright. It was good. I enjoyed it. But the tostadas it was an insult. I hated it. Because like, I eat tostadas at home. We like pack them up with frijoles and queso and pollo and col on top, and it's like 2 tostadas. I'm good, bro. I'm full. And the tostadas I had in Tulum, they were tiny and bland, and I was just, I didn't even get full. I love maracuya. Me too! Como me encanta maracuya también! I love it. It's my favorite drink. I buy it here in the USA, but man, it does not compare to what I drink over there in Yucatan. It was delicious, especially in the hot weather. A nice refreshing jugo de maracuya. Me encantó. I miss eating it. It's so sour. Oh yeah, and I love the sourness. I personally have a low sweet tolerance. So like with soda. Oh, thank you for the class. Thank you. For me with soda, like I can't even drink that. Well, I do drink it sometimes. But after a while I'm like, ooh, this is too much. I don't like the sweetness. But I like that maracuya it's got that like agridulce kind of taste. The United States maracuya is just not the same. Exactly. It will never be the same. Let's see here, chat. It is almost 7, so we had like almost an hour of yapping. But are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for today's lección? ¿Ya están listos para la lección de hoy? Vamos a hablar de el gran rey Iyanacua de Yusiñaña, o sea, 8 venado garra de jaguar. In other words, a deer jaguar claw. Are you guys ready to dive into the lección? Yeah. Okay. Give me attention, Masehuales. Okay, give me like a minute. I'm going to prepare the screen and I'll see you guys. Oh, excuse me. I'll see you guys on the other side. I'm also gonna get some water. So if you guys want to stretch, if you guys want to use the restroom, or get some snacks, now is the time, and I'll see you guys back in a minute or two, okay? Okay, be right back. Okay, we have returned. Chat, hemos regresado. ¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo están? Are you guys back from the ads? Are you guys free from the ads? Those darn ads. I'm very tired of blocky houses. I'm excited for spiritually wealthy designs. Yes. Mejor me hago mi propia tostada, ¿verdad que sí? Yo también, ya se me antojó una tostada. Mexico is so beautiful and forever for the indigenous, Cali and Arizona, Nevada as well, of course, and Mex. Yes, of course. Okay, it looks like you guys are back. I hope everyone is back from the ads. I put ads in the middle of the breaks because then that means people won't get pre-rolls or get cut out by the ads later on. Yay! Yeah, okay, good. Okay, then without further ado, let us begin. Sin más preámbulo, empecemos, chat. Ah, Lord 8 Deer! Oh, Lord 8 Deer! Ah, Señor Ocho Venado. Chat, this was my first drawing of Lord 8 Deer. There are some stuff that I changed. You guys will see towards the end. But yeah, I hope you guys are excited. Are you guys ready? ¿Listos? Okay, let us begin. Okay, guys, welcome to the stream. Today, we will be learning about one of the most important and well-documented figures from the Mixtec culture. That is Lord 8 Deer. I first stumbled upon his name while researching for my Mesoamerican time periods video. My first impression of him was, this guy seems pretty crazy, and after diving into his lore, it only confirmed my suspicions. His story is a wild ride of political ambition, warfare, and forbidden love. And today, I will give a brief introduction to his character, setting the stage for a future video where we can dive into the entire epic. Badass name? It is a very badass name. I agree. Man, I still remember when I first came across his name. Let's see. I found it on, it was like a picture that had like a summary of the time periods, and I remember it was like, oh yeah, and then there's this 8 Deer guy who just went on a conquest spree, and I'm like, what the heck? How did I never hear about him? Lord Nyanya, yeah, Lord Nyanya. I love him. He's the best. Okay, continuing forward. So, who was Lord 8 Deer? His full name is Iyanakwa de Yusinyanya, which translates to 8 Deer Jaguar Claw. 8 Deer is his calendrical name, bestowed upon him at birth according to the sacred calendar. Jaguar Claw is a given name, bestowed upon him later in life after major accomplishments, as was tradition in the region. 8 Deer was born in the kingdom of Nutnu, which translates to Black Town. It is located in modern-day Oaxaca and is commonly known as Tilantongo, which is its Nahuatl name. 8 Deer was the son of High Priest 5 Alligator and his second wife 11 Water. He had no royal blood and was also considered an illegitimate child. Despite that, he rose to become a powerful ruler and the only one to unite all the Nusavi regions. So here is the codex depiction of Iyanakwa de Yusinyanya and his hometown of Nutnu. So here on the codex, you guys will see his name. We have the glyph of the deer, and then when you count these little dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, they amount to 8 dots. Therefore, 8 deer. And also, if you look here at the corner, you will also be able to see the jaguar claw. Do you see it, chat? Right here. Right here. Here is the jaguar claw. But more often you will see this glyph. The 8 deer. And as for New Tnu, a way to distinguish it in the codices is actually through this band right here. This band, this design right here, is very symbolic to New Tnu, also known as Tilantongo. So yeah, that is his hometown, or his home kingdom. Hi all, hi Juju! Is that Kuragi Tutu? Hi Kuragi Tutu, how are you? Welcome! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lord 8 Deer is such an artful name. I agree. I'm gonna take inspiration from this story for my writing. Please do! We need more representation. And his story is amazing, for sure. He came from Mixtec mythology, correct? Yes, he did. Yep. Also known as New Savi. Hi all, que comience la fiesta, mesa, que más aplauda. Iya nakwa, te yusi ñaña, New Tnu. Yes, so beautiful. I love the names, chat. I am used to Nahuatl names. So this is Tilantongo would be its Nahuatl name. And New Tnu is the Mixtec name, or the New Savi name. So now, who are the New Savi? New Savi translates to the people of rain. Their civilization flourished in modern-day Oaxaca, Guerrero, and Puebla. They are famous for being master artisans and gold workers. Today, they are one of the largest indigenous groups in Mexico, proudly preserving their language, culture, and traditions. Though they called themselves the New Savi, they are commonly referred to as the Mixtec, which is their Nahuatl name translating to cloud people. Throughout this presentation, I will use the term New Savi and the original New Savi names for people and places as much as possible. And chat, honestly, that was pretty hard because I'm so used to the Nahuatl names. I'm so used to saying Mixtec and Tilantongo and Jaltepec, but I will try sticking to the Mixtec names. I mean, not the Mixtec, the New Savi names as much as possible because they deserve to be referred to in their native language. My tias, right? I get so emotional when I see pictures like this because it's like they really do be las tias. Like, this is like my, like, for me, like, that's my family. Those are my people. And for the longest time I never realized that like, you know, that's me. Like, that's my family. My family is from Guerrero, around this area. But even then, like, you know, I look at these faces and I'm like, yeah, that just looks like home. Honestly, I see it too, right? It's so beautiful. I love it. I love it so much. Was it common for Mesoamericans to deify ancestors or not really? Super common. Super common. History and myth, they were weaved into one, as you will see as we continue with this story. Okie dokie. Now back to our protagonist, Lord 8 Deer Iya Nakwa. His story takes place in the early post-classic era, a time of major instability following a catastrophic war known as the War of Heaven. His life has been documented across various surviving codices. The most notable is Codex Tomindeye, previously known as Codex Zuchnutal, which documents his entire epic journey. Additional codices include Codex Selden, Codex New Tnu, and Codex Colombino Becker. These outline his various conquests and genealogies. This picture right here is from Codex Tonindeye. As a Spanish speaker, I want to say Tonindeye, but I wonder if it's Tonindai. Tonindai? I don't know, chat. I'm gonna be real. I don't know if it's Tonindai or Tonindeye. Like, if I don't know how to pronounce something, I use the Spanish translation. That's why I said Tonindeye. By the way, did anything crazy happen on your Tomodachi Life Island? Let's see here. Chaya has a crush on Ton. she finally realized that, like, hey, I got a crush. And then Tutu, you're on shaky waters with your boy Neza. You guys might break up. Yeah, the idea of the gods being ancestral history misinterpreted through Western lens is still a prevalent one. The drama. Exactly. Alright, speaking of drama, ooh, Mr. Jaguar Claws, life is filled with drama, so let's take a look. The main characters and locations in this story are as follows. We have Nyu Tsiku Yeko. Oh crap, I butchered that name. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my queen. I'm sorry. Let me repeat that one more time. So, we have Nyu Tsiko Yeku, which translates to Lady Six Monkey War Blouse. She was the princess and later queen of the Anyute, the town of sand, also known as Haltepec in Nahuatl. She had a crop chop. I'm butchering this. She had a complicated relationship with the Yusi Nyanya, rooted in forbidden love, as you can see here. Look, I put a little heart and an X on it because they had forbidden love. And if you look closely, you will see again her calendrical name, the monkey, and 6 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you will see the glyph for war. War is symbolized by these bands right here. Do you see these bands? And they have like little arrows. These like this zigzag pattern. This is a symbol for war. And war in Mixtec translates to Yeku. And then right here you see the blouse, the kechkemit, which is what women often wore. So she is war blouse. Okay. Then we have Lord 11 Wind, ruler of Wachino, the town of red and white bundle. He had a bitter rivalry with the Yusi Nyanya, as his descendants could potentially claim the throne of Nutnu. Sadly, I couldn't track down his Nusavi name, so we will refer to him simply as Lord 11 Wind. Lastly, we have 4 Jaguar, the Toltec king of Cholula. He is a critical figure who changes the tide in this epic story. He and the Yusi Nyanya are quite buddy-buddy. And same thing with 6 Monkey and 11 Wind right here. This is the glyph for wind. It's a little hard to see. But here we have the glyph for wind. Usually wind is depicted by like the face of Quetzalcoatl, like the red beak mask. But right here, it seems we only see the beak mask. You could see the fang that he commonly has. And then right here, if you count these dots, they amount to 11. Although I was a little confused in this part because I counted 10. So I was like, hey, yo, what is going on? But this is 11 Wind. This is the Lord 11 Wind. Thank you for the corns! Hi, Quetzalcoatl. I just got here. Who is Lord 8 Deer? He looks so cool. Yeah, Lord 8 Deer is right here in this section. We will talk about it more. Talk about him more in the next slide. And then finally, here we have 4 Jaguar. You see the Jaguar and the 4 dots. So yeah, he's pretty cool. I really like him, and we will see. They got quite a bit of a bromance going on here. Okay, moving on. To summarize their dynamic, we have to go back to this pivotal moment in the presence of Lady Ninegrass right here. She is the Oracle of Death. The Yusi Nyanya, Nyu Tsiku Yeku, and Lord Eleven Wind consult with the oracle and their deceased ancestors. The question being, who will marry Nyunyutsiko Yeku, princess of Anyute? The kingdoms of Nyutnu and Anyute had historically been united via marriage, but after the assassination of Anyute's 3 princes, relationships soured and had to be reconsidered. Teyusiñaña stood in the presence, Teyusiñaña stood in their presence, serving as a representative for the Prince of Nyutnu, who was still a small child at the time. Though near impossible, there was a tinge of hope that perhaps he could take Yeku's hand in marriage. But that wasn't the case. The Oracle of Death declared that Nyunyutsiko Yeku would marry Lord Eleven Wind, ruler of Wachino, breaking the long-standing alliance with Nyutnu. And Teyusiñaña was commanded to leave his hometown of Nyutnu and be stationed far away in the coastal region of Yukatza, the Hill of Bird, also known as Tututepec. So just to explain a little bit of the codices presented here, this is Lady Ninegrass. She is the Oracle of Death. And here, this is known as the House of Death. And it is a very spooky place, chat. It is described to be in like a very deep and sacred cave. And in that cave is where the Musavi would bury their dead. And so here we have one of the ancestors. Here we have their bundled corpse. And so what would happen is that they would convene with the corpses of their ancestors. They would speak to them and gain their wisdom. And here we see this is Lord Eight Deer. We could tell by his glyph. And right here is Tsiko Yeku, and we could tell by her glyph as well. And they are seated side by side. Do note, chat, that Tsiko Yeku is seated on a jaguar throne. Do you see that? You see the little tail of the jaguar? And note that Teyusiñaña has no such seat. Noting that he had no royal blood, chat. He was just some basic guy. And so, yeah, he couldn't get the hand in marriage with Tsiko Yeku, even though they loved each other, chat. Even though they loved each other. Are the masks made of wood? The masks, they were made from different materials. Wood, turquoise, jade. It really depended. Chaya, sorry, off-topic questions, but are there any credible sources for ancient Mexica music and songs? And are there any modern recreations? All I could think about is the Chalcan woman song and Los Cantares Mexicanos. But do know that those are lyrics, and they do speak about like the rhythms of the drum. Usually they're laid out as like tico tico toki toki, like kind of in that format. And there are some YouTube channels, I don't know them off the top of my head, but there are some people that have taken the documented like drum patterns and lyrics and have recreated them. I just don't know at the top of my head where to like point them out. I don't need to compare apples to oranges, but Aztec Mesoamerican religion and mythology is so colorful compared to Abrahamic religions. I was raised Muslim and it's low-key kind of boring. You know, I kind of feel that way too. It also might just be because we're so used to these Abrahamic religions. Like, they're just so ingrained in culture and like just popular culture in general. So we're just kind of like, it's so oversaturated that when we see stuff that is underrepresented, like here the the Native American mythologies, it's like, whoa, like this is totally different. This is new. So that might be a factor as to why we think it's so beautiful. For me, I think even if I wasn't used to the Abrahamic religions, I think I'd still prefer the Mesoamerican ones, because I am very fascinated with deathly beauty, and I feel like they tend to have a lot of that in their artwork. This sounds so rad. I love how elaborate the outfits are, very colorful with so much symbolism. Right, Jalp? Bro got no chair. He got no chair, bro. He is not worthy of a chair. I know about those. Yeah, I'll put them in Meso resources in Discord. Thank you, Percy. I appreciate it. Jorge Reyes does really cool Meso music. Oh, that's fantastic. I have 2 playlists on YouTube saved about recreations and modern indigenous Mesoamerican music. IDK how truthful the former is though, but it definitely exists. Yeah, if you guys are in the Discord, please share them there. I also want to see them. Please, onegaishimasu. Okay, before we move on, do we have any questions? I know this section was a bit long. So do you guys have any questions about like what's going on here before we move on? Because if we move on, y'all, oh my goodness, is that Fabricio Tomiko? Hi Fabricio, how are you? Welcome. Por el poder de Kaoi-sama, manito revi. Hablemos el malte. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido. Gracias por el rey. ¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo están? Mi nombre es Chaya, me gusta la historia mesoamericana. Y aquí en el momento estamos aprendiendo sobre la leyenda de Iyanakua de Yusiñaña, o sea, Garra de Jaguar, un rey guerrero mixteco. I think Shike Oeya is a pretty good song, but I'm not sure how far back in history it goes, or if it's a newer song for the person who asked about songs. Los mixtecos hacían muy buen códices. Sí, la mayoría de los códices que conocemos, los más populares son mixtecos. As in, I was talking about Lotov ship that has Techere, I want to talk about it, but it's basically like those two. Oh, mi gran diosa, le entrego esta simple ofrenda. Gracias, Fabricio. Muchas gracias. Ok, bueno, vamos a continuar. Let us continue. Oh, is that custom reports? Hi, custom reports. Hello, sorry I'm late. I arrived home late, so I might have missed some information. No worries, we're kind of just barely getting started, so you're good. You're good. Okay, so moving forward. So, that decision was a massive hit to his hopes and dreams. Yuku-za was very underdeveloped, dangerous, and far from his beloved home. He was set up for failure. But he was tenacious. Despite the odds being against him, the Yusiñaña saw a glimmer of opportunity. Yuku-za was rich in resources and found itself in an excellent area for trade. He quickly got to work, and in time, Yuku-za became a great city, and the Yusiñaña a rich and powerful warlord. So here you can see Tututepec. You can see how far away it is from Tilantongo. Aka Nutnu. So this is Nutnu. Here is Yuku-za. And right by Tilantongo, or by Nutnu, was Añute and Huachino. So they were all kind of like from this area. And they sent my poor boy Iyanakwa all the way to Yuku-za. Poor guy, but you know, he made it work, bro. He really made it work. I love complicated ships with political tension. Bro, me too. It's so good. Okay. Alright, next slide. Meanwhile, back home, tensions started rising between Nutnu and the allied kingdoms of Añute and Huachino. It culminated in the sudden death of the young ruler of Nutnu. The royal line of Nutnu ended with him as he left no heir. So boom, all of a sudden, the king of Nutnu, his name was Lord Two-Rain. Yeah, he died. Now the question is, Was it a suicide? Was he killed? Was it natural? That, my friends, is up for debate, and we'll talk about it more when we do a story time, a full story time about this epic tale. Right now, I'm giving more of like context, setting the stage, and just giving like a very quick summary of Iya Nakua, and then we'll do a story time stream in the future. Okay, moving forward. And thus began the race for the throne. Lord Eleven Wind, with his prestigious bloodline, had more claim to the empty throne than Teusi Nyanya. It seemed like a hopeless ambition for Nyanya, despite his great merit. But when all hope seemed to be lost, a mysterious visitor appeared. You guys want to guess who the mysterious visitor is? Anyone want to guess? Oh, also, you could note the prestige of Lord Elevenwind because he as well is on the Jaguar seat. Do you guys see that? You guys see the little Jaguar seat? And my boy, Teusi Nyanya, he's got no seat, bro. He ain't got no seat. And Chompex biting. Lol, oh my gosh. I actually saw, it was like a parody, but I saw this one short that had Trump x Bill Clinton. Oh, big beautiful Bill. Big beautiful Bill. Oh, what was the name? Bubba? His name was Bubba? Oh my god. It's crazy stuff. Jack and Ralph, their attention's the same. I could basically write down, like, you know, like, I could tell you some quotes from the book that describe the relationship. Ooh. Tolbilsin? Okay, we got a guess for Tolbilsin. Interesting. Interesting, Tolbilsin. That is a good guess, my dude. OMG. Hi, Emily Cubed. How are you? Welcome. Welcome. Also, hi, I forgot to say anything earlier. No worries, welcome. How are you? Okay, so we have a guess for Tolbilsin. Who could it be? Let us find out, chat. Let us find Mega Husband Center. Oh my goodness. Alright. Let's see who we got here. Alright, the mysterious visitor was the Toltec king for Jaguar. Had caught wind of Teusi Nyanya's great accomplishments. He summoned Teusi Nyanya to his kingdom of Cholula, far away from New Savi territory and into the lands of the Tolteca Chichimeca. He proposed a deal to Teusi Nyanya. He said, "Prove yourself to me, and I will name you Lord. But if you fail, you die." It was a risky deal, but it was a risk but it was a risk that Nyanya, god dang it, I keep on messing up his name. It was a risky deal, but it was a risk Nyanya was willing to take. So here we have Teusi Nyanya. We see his glyph. And here we have Lord Fort Jaguar. Right here. A fateful meeting. Now, what the heck is the deal with Fort Jaguar? Well, something interesting to note is that he might be Tolbilsin Quetzalcoatl himself. And as we have studied before, Tolbilsin was such a key figure in Mesoamerica that legitimacy of rule was often traced to him. So when he said he could make Teusi Nyanya as a lord, it was no joke. But what did Fort Jaguar have to gain from this arrangement? Well, this was a way to extend his own influence into New Savi territory, and Teusi Nyanya was the perfect conduit. Lastly, despite the popularity of the Fort Jaguar Tolbilsin theory, there is not enough conclusive evidence to claim it as undeniable truth. So I want to quickly go back to the map. So you see here that Teusi Nyanya is all the way here in Yukudza, aka Tututepec. Our boy Fort Jaguar, he's coming all the way from Cholula, bro. Look at that. Look at that freaking trek. So yeah, they were very far away, but I think Teyusi Nyanya had really grown in influence that he was hard to ignore. Like, the rumors were spreading, and my boy Ford Jaguar was like, "Ayo, hold up. Ayo, hold up." Close enough, the dude was a Toltec. Yeah, he was a Toltec. Hell yeah. And so, Ford Jaguar challenged Teyusi Nyanya to a ritual ball game. If Nyanya won, he would be named as Lord. If Ford Jaguar won, Teyusi would die. After an intense ball game, Teyusi Nyanya came out victorious. Ford Jaguar gave the decree. Teyusi Nyanya was an official Toltec Lord, and he was bestowed a symbolic turquoise nose piercing to legitimize his status. But Ford Jaguar reminded Teyusi Nyanya, "Although I have named you Lord, you still need to obtain the blessing from the ancestors. I will join you. Let us consult the Oracle of the Sun." So right here, we have the nose piercing ceremony. You can see they're wedging a thorn into Teyusi Nyanya's nose to bestow upon him a turquoise nose ring. And Ghost Matthew, thank you for the follow. Welcome, how are you? And then here we have a depiction of the ritual ball game. Now, the ritual ball game, it was very important. It was very symbolic about, like, almost like warfare. Like you claiming territories over another person. But instead of course, doing an actual war, it was more of like a symbolic thing with the ball and the two players. Nose crown, yeah! And right here you can see Jaguar Claw's his glyph. I like his Jaguar Claw glyph, not gonna lie. It's really cute. Do you see that? It's so cute. It's so tiny. And of course you have the 8 deer glyph. But look at the tiny claw. Look, just a little guy. Just to make sure not to stare at the sun, just because one reveres it. Oh yeah, good reminder. The game was deadly too. Oh yeah, it was deadly indeed. Adora Burb, hello, welcome to the stream. How are you? Welcome. I am here. Love your art too. Hi. Thank you so much for liking my art. I appreciate it. A sports anime set in this time period. Bro, no, we need that. No, legit, we need that. Hello, someone make it. I'm not very good at sports, like sports stories. Like, my bread and butter are like doomed romance. I can make a very good doomed romance story. I'm not good at sports stories. But someone out there, please, I beg you to make a sports anime of the ritual ball game. Oh, that would be so good. No doubt. It really does look like a clawbone. A clawbone. Ooh. Should I send a playlist about music and mezzo resources? Yes, go for it. Yes, please. Doom sports role. I need to work with someone to help me with the sports dynamics. Like, I suck at sports. I don't know anything about sports. Blue Lock, but it's a mezzo sports. Blue Lock, but it's a Mesoamerican ball game with yaoi. Absolute cinema. Ah! Honestly, though, my freaking Yao Pill Fujoshi brain, my degenerate Fujoshi brain, like, I was kind of looking into, like, Jaguar Claw and Ford Jaguar, and I was like, okay, but, like, what if they kissed? Like, what if they low-key kissed though? Like, sorry. Like, low-key though. You will see, because why my man's Ford Jaguar traveling all the way from Cholula to like hit up some random guy in the Mixteca? What's the deal with that, huh? And then the fact that, like, you know, he could have just gave him the nose ring, but no, he was like, I'll go with you to find the Oracle of the Sun. Bro didn't need to go with him. Why'd he go? Ah, yes, they're sending that. Bro, Aztec Yaoi. I'm sorry, I promised Aztec Yuri, but it's actually like Aztec Yaoi. I'm just kidding. Absolute cinema until your favorite character gets killed off in ritual sacrifice. Well, I'm gonna Toxic Yaoi, especially Doom Toxic Yaoi. I also write Toxic Yuri, but also Doom Toxic Yuri. Oh yeah, that's the best kind. Delicious. Okay, but they are pretty similar, but Blue Lock Games are half Bonk edits and half Doomed Yaoi. Low-key. Cholula. Had to adapt to the funk edits, bro. When are we getting Mesoamerican funk edits though? Like, come on. I need my funk edit of my man Teyusi Nyanya. Like, he would go so hard with that funk, bro. What would Aztec Yuri be about anyway? Sounds like Aztec Yaoi is gonna be the most eventful. Let me get started with Aztec Yuri. Well, okay, I know I titled the stream Aztec Yuri. I guess I will explain that more towards the end. We have like, let's see. I have like 5 more slides and then I will explain. I will explain the Yuri Azteca. But it can work. It can definitely work. I promise you, it can work. Alright. Thus began a mythic journey to convene with the Sun Oracle, representative of Father Sun himself. They traveled across distant lands and into the depths of a perilous cave, facing mythical monsters along the way. So here we see them in their canoes. They are venturing into a very deep and perilous cave with the grand lake expanse. And they have to face very spooky creatures. I believe they're called the Stone Men. So yeah, it's a very interesting story, chat. I want to get more in detail on the story in a future stream. Right now, I wanted to keep it more contained to just Teyusi Nyanya's journey. But I promise you, I will get out that story time, that full story time with all the drama. Oh, okay. But at last, they found themselves in the presence of the Sun Oracle. He recognized their courage and strength, and granted Teyusi Nyanya his wish. He was now a true king, and the progenitor of a new royal dynasty that would remain for generations. Throughout his life, Teyusi Nyanya conquered approximately 94 cities, and he was the only ruler to unite the 3 main Mixteca regions. We had the Mixteca Alta, the Mixteca Baja, and the Mixteca Costa. So he united these 3 regions, bro. And he was the only one to unite them. And then right here, this is just one page. But when you look at these glyphs, these are different places. These are symbols for different cities. And as you could see, there is an arrow being shot through each of them. And that is a symbol for conquest. It means that Teyusi Nyanya, depicted here, conquered all of these places. And like I said, this is only one plate of the codex. There are a lot more, bro. It like goes off for like 4 pages of just countless conquests. Did you know the book Lord of Flies name is reference to Beelzebub? I did not know that. Tonali Tlacat, Sun Lord. That's him. That's good aura farming, right? Alright, next slide. Amongst his many conquests was the kingdom of Anyute and Wachino. His bitter rival, Lord Eleven Wind, and his first love, Nyunyutsiko Yeku, died at his hands. Their children were also massacred, save for one, the eldest son, Four Wind. Teyusi Nyanya took the child and raised them as his own. But as fate would have it, Four Wind would grow up to avenge his mother, Nyutsiko Yeku, and killed Teyusi Nyanya in cold blood. Four Wind then married one of Teyusi Nyanya's daughter, finally uniting all the royal lines. So there we have it. The death of Teyusi Nyanya. Poor thing! Poor thing. he got killed by Four Winds. Now, chat, disclaimer. I had a lot of trouble confirming if this is Deyusi Nyanya's death scene. I am not 100% sure because there are no glyphs around this image to tell me so. But looking at the context of the other events in this page, I'm like, okay, it's a good chance this is Deyusi Nyanya's death scene. There's a good chance, but I have not confirmed it yet. But for now, you guys, I think you guys get the point that, you know, my man's was killed. My man's was killed. Let's see. Now you know that's a fun fact. Fun indeed. I saw a lot of thumbnails and titles of YouTube videos that Aztecs were very homophobic. Is that true? Because I heard there was gay Aztec king. So, there are sources that show that the Mexica were, you know, very quote-unquote homophobic. However, you have to keep in mind that those sources that people commonly refer to, they were written after the conquest, and they were written under supervision from the friars. So, and then at that time, there was a lot of motivation for one to kind of like basically patch up the history so that it looked more favorable to Spanish morals. Because they were like, oh, well, actually, we're like not that different from you guys, so like you guys shouldn't try to like steal our land, and our like you shouldn't try to take away our lords and our nobility, because like we're not that different. Like, you hate the gays, we also hate the gays. Yeah, we can get on equal ground with that for sure. So for that reason, I don't consider those sources that, you know, talk about all the different ways they punished gay people to be 100% concrete, just because of how much was changed post-conquest. I would say that there isn't much conclusive evidence for either or. But all I could say is that the gays, they have existed since the dawn of time, chat. They've always existed. I feel like the Mesoamericans were like a little bit like more, I wouldn't say lenient, but it wasn't as like demonized, I think, compared to the Spanish. But once again, the sources vary. They vary from person to person. Rip Dead. Can I tell you some wholesome LFIs between Simon and Ralph? I don't know anything about Lord of the Flies, so I feel like I'd be very lost if you told me. Kill, wasn't it because people believe Xochipilli was one of the gay gods? Yeah, people believe it, but that is also kind of a it's a misinterpretation. That's not to say that, like, you know, oh guys, Xochipilli is not like a gay god or whatever. Like, if modern LGBT community, if they relate to Xochipilli, that's fantastic. But to say that he was the god of the gays, I don't think there's enough conclusive evidence to say that. If anything, I feel like the Tezcatlipoca is a bit more, it's got a bit more like associations with the gayness. And that's another topic for another video. But yeah, Tezcatlipoca, he was kind of gay. It was a gay Aztec god. My fish name is Beelzebub. He is a lemon suckerfish. I'll send picture later in Discord. Yay! Where is this image from? That, or if I get a copy, I could see how far I can research into it. This is from Codex Tomindeye. I found this in, it's a facsimile, and I found it in the Internet Archive. Hola Rain, ¿cómo estás? What is Lord of the Flies? Yeah, Lord of the Flies. It's a book. A book about what if kids strand on island, I think. It's for depth in my explanation though. I could very much imagine that, given that some Spanish dude wanted to move Aztec culture more in proximity with European culture by stating the turquoise diadem crown was actually golden. Yeah. LGBTQ representation in the Triple Alliance Aztec beliefs is difficult to interpret. Work is still being done in untangling the cultural connotations of their gender system, so we haven't even had much foundation to base their dynamics of sexuality on, with all the Spanish literally burned. Yeah, pretty much. It's like there's not enough conclusive evidence to say they were pro-gays or anti-gays. Like it's a lot to unravel. Toxic yaoi. No, this is toxic family. If I am correct, this is Deyusi Nyanya getting killed by his no, not nephew, his adoptive child, Lord Fourwind. Because Lord Fourwind, he is avenging his mother who was killed by Deyusi Nyanya. But anyways, chat. And that, my friends, was a mini crash course on the life of Iyanakwa Deyusi Nyanya, the great warrior king of the New Savi. We will also do a dedicated story time of this tale in the future, because trust me, there are a lot of things I condensed for time. But for now, are you guys ready for the reveal of my design of him? Are you guys ready for the reveal? Here's his silhouette. W crash course. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, here's the silhouette of my 8-year Jaguar claw design. I'm a little nervous to reveal it because I'm like, what if his silhouette looks cooler than the actual design itself? Word applies is literally what Beelzebub means. Book runs away. Yeah, I know that. I was just confused for what it stood for, but I know the book. Lol. W crash course. Yay! Wait, I remember. Let's see. I remember seeing somewhere that attitudes were different. It was like gay was something you did not. You did not what you were. Being gay was not an out identity, but acts that someone could partake in. Yes, exactly. I agree. It was less of about like, hey, like I identify as like gay. I'm more of like, hey bro, like wanna go into the steam bath and wanna suck my pee-pee? And the other bro was like, yeah, let's do that. But like I don't think it was as deep like in modern day where, and it's beautiful that now in modern days we have like specific identities for these orientations, but like back then I think it was just like, it's just the vibes, bro. It's like, hey, I'm here with my bros in the steam bath. It's getting pretty steamy in here. What if we just kiss? And it wasn't like, oh god, we kissed, so does that mean we're gay? It's just like, damn bro, that was a pretty crazy steam bath last night. Yeah, that was kind of fun. And then you just go on with your day. I'm going to be screaming. Reveal silhouette and his Jigglypuff. Just show it. Maybe they just didn't care. You're a black hole, no fear. Hey everyone, my first time catching the stream. Hope everyone is having fun. Yes, hello, Breeze Moon River. You too. Yeah. Okay, it's time to reveal. It's time to reveal my design, chat. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! There he is. What do you think? 5 out of 10. 3 out of 10. Redo. Oh, an applause. Oh my gosh, thank you. Baddie. Oh, no lie though. Yeah, he is a baddie, bro. He is a baddie for sure. Imagine a quiz. Have to guess Mesoamerican historical and mythological figures by their silhouettes alone. Like, who's that No, bro, but like I want to do a who's that Pokemon, but with the but with the glyphs, bro. Like, alright, chat. Like, what does this mean? What does this glyph mean? You guys have to like, You guys have to figure out. Oh, crap. Spoilers. Ñaña out of 10. Fujoshi Chaya. Se ve genial. Gracias, Stylish. Get chima. Dude got that fursuit. Bro got that fursuit. That's why my mom calls him El Gatote. I showed my mom the design and she was just like, ay, mira ese gatote. He got that shit on, bro. He got that good shit, bro. He got that good shit. And look at his nails. Look at his nails. He's got nails on fleek, bro. He's got the jaguar claw. Está bonito, parece sacado de Onyx Equinox. Oh, gracias. Los diseños de Onyx están reteque geniales, entonces eso está bien. Historically, sexual release has been observed to be recreational in many Asian societies rather than intimate, so in some places it may have literally not been gay to have sex with the homies just being a good bro. That's still a debated interpretation, but that's the basis. What I do know is that like sex, at least for the men, the coom to release coom, it was like a spiritual energy almost. So when like a priest or like a ruler had to really kind of get into a ritual or really like meditate, they abstained from any sort of intercourse, just because they had to like kind of keep the energy to themselves. Yeah, it's interesting. It is interesting indeed. Amazing and tough. He's beautiful. Thank you. Looks awesome. Wow, what a hottie. Oh, he's so hot for sure. Yeah, he's so freaking hot. I love how the Michite Codices were literally Mesoamerican comic books. Yeah, el nombre también está genial, ¿verdad que sí? Iya Nakua Teyusi Ñaña. Romans had comic books in the form of monoliths. Guess we're not that different. They had to brew their spirit juice. It's in the same boat as the rest of ancient civilizations like Greece and Egypt, where a person's sexuality didn't affect their lives much, but current society still has better living for the gays/trans. Yeah. It's an interesting topic indeed, and I feel like, at least for the Greeks, like, it was almost like a power thing. Because as I remember reading, sadly, it was usually the older men kind of, going at it to the younger men. So I wonder how much of that was like a power thing as well. Something to look into. Adhere to modern gym bro logic about retention. I also like the spike ears. Hola homies, happy Friday. Yes, I'm actually going to talk about all of his design elements after I explain a little bit. I'll explain his design elements after I speak a little bit about his characterization. So these are 3 characters that I kind of thought about when thinking about his personality and story. The thing about studying the codices and the history is that commonly it's just a sequence of events, and it's hard to tell what the character motivations are. So that's where I, as a writer, come in. I try to think about these events and try to like thread like a thread throughout all the events and make them connected with all the character dynamics and motivations. So with Teyusi Ñaña, I imagine him being kind of like a hothead, also having a little bit of like a complex where he hates the fact that he is not of noble lineage and that he's always getting shafted by everyone around him because he simply does not have royal lineage. So he always has to work 10 times harder for even people to just notice him. And then, of course, I think one of the main inspirations is Catra, especially with her relationship with Adora. That's how I imagine his relationship with Nunu Tsiko Yeku. Hence the Aztec Yuri chat. Now, in the historical events, even though in my retelling, I kind of emphasized the rivalry between Deiyusi Nyanya and Lord Eleven Wind, which was the man that married Nunu Tsiko Yeku. However, I did find it interesting that in the codices themselves, like, you see our girly pop Nunu Tsiko Yeku more than Lord Eleven Wind. So I'm like, you know what? What if instead the rivalry is not against Lord Eleven Wind, but instead it's a heated rivalry between Nyanya and Yeku, because they're the ones that had the bond in the beginning. Like, Nyanya wanted to get married with Yeku, but because of his lack of royal lineage, he wasn't able to even get on par with her. Oh, Twitter. I'm sorry I couldn't read your name, but thank you so much for subscribing. Hello. Hello. Let me see here. Oh, sadly my events manager doesn't show the name, but thank you whoever subscribed just now. Thank you so much. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. But yes, so I saw that Nyanya and Yeku, they got something going on. Okay, there's the forbidden love, then there's like being flat out rejected just because he has no royal blood, and then Yeku also has to fulfill her own destiny in uniting the royal houses and also establishing balance to the Mistec Kingdom. But Nyanya, he's a hothead. He's like, ain't no way. Like, I will prove myself to you. I will prove myself that I am a worthy king, and I was a potential, I could have been a great husband for you. And so that's the nature of their relationship. It's like love but also hate. It's a lot of resentment between the two. And I wanted to frame it as an Aztec Yuri because if I went with the conventional hetero tropes, I think this very quickly could have devolved into like a male revenge fantasy, and that's not what I want, because when you read the codices, it's something a lot deeper than a simple like, huh, you didn't want to marry me, well I'm gonna mess you up kind of deal. It's something a lot deeper. So I wanted to present them with equal ground as much as possible, and the only way I could do that was by seeing them more as a Yuri couple than a hetero couple. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. I feel like I was a little scared calling them a Yuri couple because I know that there's gonna be people that are like, but he's a guy, they're not Yuri, like why are you doing this? But it's like, I see it. It's the only way I can see it. It's the only way I could see it work. And also, I did consider not shipping, but having the rivalry be with Nyanya and Lord Eleven Wind. But then when I did that, it kind of just left Yeku in the sidelines. And she's definitely not a character that is left in the sidelines, especially in the codices. If anything, Lord Eleven Wind is the one that was left in the sidelines, not gonna lie. Like, there's a reason why like I couldn't even find his Mistec name for Lord Eleven Wind, because it's like he's just kind of there. Meanwhile, Tsiko Yeku, she has a lot of great moments, and I think those can only be highlighted through a intense rivalry between these two characters. They can be spiritually Yuri, so they're both men. Simultaneously, love and hate how vague the codices are. It leaves so much room for interpretation, but we're missing so much context that the artist would have had at the time. Yes, and the reason is because the codices are meant to be more of a storyboard and a very rough script for a full-on oral tradition and performance. So what would happen is that they would have like a group of performers that they were trained in reading and interpreting the codices, and they would use the codices as just like a rough script for the actual performance. It was very oral centric. So yeah. So when are we getting sacrificed? Right now. But anyways, that is the end of the presentation. Do we got any questions? I'm gonna drink some water. I'm gonna mute myself. But if you guys got any questions, feel free to let me know. I'm gonna mute myself to drink water. Thank you for the applause. Sorry, I was in the middle of drinking water and I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Water. When the black hole becomes hungry. And I'm sorry, caressed Ralph's arm, and another time I bumps the tree, saw Ralph smiling at him. Aw. How long does it take you to complete your lesson slides? Oh, this one took me like a solid, like 6 hours-ish? 6 hours-ish? Yeah, it take a while. I think what takes the longest is finding the pictures, because it's very hard to find good pictures. But of course that doesn't count. That doesn't include the research I do beforehand. So in order to tell this story, let's see, I read one whole book, and I read like 2 chapters of another book, and then I studied the codices as much as I could, and read like 3 or 4 articles on Teyusi Nyanya and Siko Yeku. So I did that in the span of like a week or 2. And then finally I was like, okay, it's time to make this into a presentation. I was wondering how you know so much about this. You're a hardcore fan, or maybe you studied this at school or something. No, I think I'm just hyper fixated, bro. Like I think about, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, Jaguar Claw, Jaguar Claw, Jaguar Claw.
I'd love to go to a Renaissance fair and role play as an emissary from Vincent Sun. Would be cool to make it a trend.
Yeah, you know what? I've also been thinking of that too. Next time I go to Ren Fair, I want to dress up in a huipil and just be like, hey yo, I think I'm in the wrong area. I like this ain't my home. What's going on here? That would be so much fun. Yes. Jack and Ralph have toxic yaoi. Toxic yaoi is sweet and toxic. Delicious. Brain goes zoom. Yeah, basically I wake up in the morning and then my eyes go wide. I'm like, Teyusi Nyanya. And then I go on my phone and I just look him up. I look him up on my phone and I just click on every single link and I just read, bro. I just read. And then on my laptop I just read over and over and over again. And like I download a bunch of books. And like I said, I bought this book. Well, I didn't buy it. I borrowed it from the Internet Archive library. And yeah, I just read it in one sitting. It was a pretty easy read. And yeah, and I was like, damn, this is so good. This is some good shit, chat. Just some good shit. So yeah, I just get hyper fixated. That's it. That's it. Me perdí la mayoría del stream. Estaré más al pendiente. Voy a activar la campana. Sí. Gracias por activar la campana. Ren Fair. We feel awesome. They look awesome. They also look very comfy. Hell yeah, a big read. Today I was playing Uno with my friends and my right nostril was clogged, but it clogged all the way to my nasal canal and it put pressure on my eye and it teared up and I cried a single one single manly tear. Just join the Discord. I'd love to know what you think about my take on Quetzalcoatl. I love your design, so I wonder if you had any design critiques. Thank you, I'll check it out. Yay! Wake up, think about Mesoamerican Yaoi and Yuri. Clean face, brush teeth, eat, draw Yaoi and Yuri, sleepy pee. Yeah, like my mind is always thinking about Aztec Yaoi and Aztec Yuri. Like, you know, when I'm eating, I'm just like, oh man, like, oh, like, what if? What if? Yeah, bro. It's my favorite thing in the world. That's the beauty of hyperfixations. Okay, now I will talk a little bit about my design of him. Give me a second. I'm going to switch screens. We're gonna go to my art overlay so that I can show you. I also have to go to the bathroom. So I'll be right back. Hang tight. I'll be back in like 2 minutes, okay? BRB. BRB. Okay, we are back. Is she gonna fall in? What do you mean? Well, me, I'm a black hole. If anything, the toilet is gonna fall in me, bro. What do you mean? Not sure I post it in Mezzo art. Yeah, Mezzo art is fine. There's also a area called Creator Corner where you could post like mainly like OC stuff. It's up to you. I would personally post it in OC art or your, I think it's called Your Art, and it's in the Creator Corner section. Is it Ruana the same as Poncho? They're both like wearable blankets. Ruana, I actually don't know what Ruana is. The black hole goddess is here. Hello, hi Machine Boy. Hello, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Why'd you say yes? Why? Lol. No, I did not fall in, chat. You guys are wrong. You guys are all wrong. Okay, chat, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the design process of Lord 8's Deer Jaguar Claw. I first want to talk about his eyes. Let me show my first ever art of him. Here's my first ever art of him. So, you might be wondering, why does he have... Oh, you guys saw something funny. Basically, before you think that he has lipstick on, hold on. It's because sometimes I don't like the placement of the mouth, and so it's just easier for me to just draw over it. This was his original mouth placement, and I was like, nah, it needs to be bigger. So, where is his freaking... Where is eyes? Where is eyes? No. 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 Oh god. Where'd I put the freaking eyes? Where is his eye oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Alright. So, originally, I was like, well, like, they have, oh, oops. They have, like, black eyes, usually, like, dark eyes. But when I did that, his eyes just kind of mixed in with the black of his face paint. And then I tried the white eyes, but I was like, eh. And then I came up with the brilliant idea of red eyes. And I was like, oh yeah, that looks sexy. I could feel those a million layers of real. Yeah, so when I put the red eyes, I was like, oh, that's freaking sexy. But I thought to myself, I don't really have a lore reason for him to have red eyes. Like, obviously, nobody's gonna have red eyes just randomly in the Mixteca region, like, unless they were albino, but he's not albino, he's dark and beautiful. So I was like, yeah, I don't know why. I'm gonna have to figure out why he has red eyes sometime down the line. I'll just have to figure it out. And oh boy, did I figure it out. And it's all thanks to this, chat. It's all thanks to this. Let me show you. Let me give you a little bit of lore, chat. Let me give you a little bit of lore. Wait, I need to find it. Where is it? Where is it? Where did I put it? Wait, 1 second, chat. I need to find the art. Okay, I found them. Okay, chat. A little bit of lore. So, a while back, I made this design for Tlahuizcalpan-Tecutli, and he is the Lord of Venus. And I gave him red eyes, cause at the time I was like, you know what? I feel like I want to give the celestial gods, so any god related to like the sun, celestial objects within our solar system, I thought we're just gonna give them red eyes. And so that was like the little lore tidbit that I just had in place. I never really explicitly said it before, but it was always just kind of in my mind. Even with my design of Lord Tonatiuh, I imagine him with red eyes. And lo and behold, if you guys remember, Jaguar Claw makes like a connection. He speaks with Lord, the Oracle of the Sun. And he receives the Oracle's blessing, the blessing of the sun. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay, we have the lore. We have a reason in lore as to why he has red eyes. It's because he has the blessing of Father Sun. So his eyes simply reflect that. So yeah, I was really happy about that, because I was like, I don't see him with any other eye color because, like, without the red eyes, he looks pretty basic, and I'm glad it worked. Yeah, I caught a little low pony Batman. Poncho is more likely to be a descendant of European cloak. However, Mesoamerican had square garment before, similar to blanket. You know, I have a poncho that I wear a lot, and when I wear it, it actually feels like a huipil, except it's like open on the sides. I'd say it's pretty similar to a huipil. Those Sharingan missing some Tomoe. His stare with the double circle eye is so captivating. It is. I love it. I actually took that from the codices. There are a few characters that have like the double circle design. So that's an inspiration from the ancestors. And here's a secret. Ponchos are no longer made out of natural fibers from here to Peru. It's all acrylic. That's so sad. No! I can feel those million layers in my soul. Good thing I have no soul. Sold it for a Klondike bar and 6 PS3s. Red eyes because the eyes are bloodshot. Oh, that's beautiful. Ancient Mystic Sharingan. Why he has red eyes? Why do you have blue eyes, for example? No, okay, but like blue eyes, at least it's like genetic. It's more genetically feasible. But red eyes, it's like, how do you explain that? But we found the explanation, chat. It worked. Que bonito, gracias. When my eyes turn red, run. Lord of what? I think I heard something different. Lord Sun? Eh? When my eyes become white, I can enter minds. When my eyes turn red, beware. I have a munchie. I love you guys. So that's the explanation I have for the red eyes. And then we have the face paint. I went with his regular face paint, which is like the yellow center, the red around his mouth, and then we commonly see like this black section with lines. So we see it here, we see it here. Right here, I got a little creative. I only put 2 lines on the black part, and to me, those 2 lines are whiskers. They're whiskers. You guys see it? You guys see it? Those are his jaguar whiskers. I think it's really cute. He has gatote. He's a cat. Awesome. Yeah. To be honest, if you told me his eyes are naturally red, I would have believed you because of his face paint making them look natural, but I still love the lore you gave for him. Yeah, actually, you guys want to see him without his face paint? That's how he looks like. He looks so naked. He looks so naked. Same. Now that I think about it, Chaya, are you a mutant? Is your code name Cosmic Goddess? Did Charles Xavier teach you how to control your powers? Me? Yeah, I'm a Cosmic Goddess for sure. Cosmic Gods in my lore, we tend to have different colored eyes. We're not limited to a single color like the celestial beings. So he's naked. ¿Eso es una barba? Sí, aquí sí tiene barba, pero es que la neta yo no le quise poner barba porque pues es que tiene que ser un twink pero bien chulo, cha. Yeah, I know he's supposed to have a beard, but I'm like, nah, bruh. Nah, I cannot stand fictional characters with beards. I'm sorry. I know. I like real people with beards, but I can't with like fictional characters. Like when I give him a beard, it's like, nah, bro. Who is this neck beard right here? Who is this neck beard? I refuse to have such a man in my vicinity. I refuse to have him in my vicinity. Go away. Whisker face paint is so cute and creative. Thank you. I just love his little whiskers. Barba and natives barely had facial hair. You know, some of them did though. Like as seen by the codices. Yeah, some of them had facial hair. Not as prominent, like it wasn't just like a thing that people just grew out. But some of them did. He's so handsome. Oh, he is so handsome. No beard appreciation. What about fake beards? Fake beards are fine. I actually gave my Quetzalcoatl a fake beard. His beard is part of his mask. But he doesn't always have the mask. But yeah, no, I can't. Like I said, I like IRL beards. Ow! I like IRL beards. When guys have beards in real life, I eat it up, bro. I love it. They look so good. I do not like anime characters with beards. It's just no, I'm sorry. You have to go. You're gonna get that thing shaved off, bro. Okay, now as for his little ears, since the beginning I wanted to give him some sort of ears. Either they were shaped by his hair. That was one of the things I was thinking about. Like they were shaped by his hair. I'm gonna be real, chat. I did try putting the Jaguar helmet on. I tried so hard. I tried so hard to make it work. You guys see it here? I tried very hard to make it work. But I was like, nah, I don't like it. I think it just kind of detracts from him. So I went with the next best thing, which is right here. If you guys can see this, I noticed that he had this symbol with him a lot. So it's like these flint knives and little banners. And I thought, hey, we can work with that. So essentially his little ears and even this part right here, they are an interpretation of this accessory, which I would say is just as common as his Jaguar suit and helmet. He has that very often. See, you can see it here too. So I took that and made it part of his design instead of the Jaguar helmet because it's a skill issue, I'm gonna be honest. I just can't draw the Jaguar helmet. True, the whiskers way better. Yeah, that's the word barely compared to Europeans, but they did have them beards. Yeah. Instructions on clear shaving like a sheep and make clothes out of hair. His ears make his silhouette look kind of like an... No, okay, but like you're so real for that. Yeah, he is kind of giving me Uma Musume vibes. And I think that's lovely because his name is 8 Deer. And deers are the closest thing that the Native Americans had to an Uma. Yeah, they didn't have Uma Musume, they had a Deer Usume. And I know I call him the Katote, but I see him more as a deer, especially with the little ears. He is more of a deer boy. As for his hair, with the hair, bro, I literally was just online. I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw an art of Ushi Wakamaru. Let me show you guys Ushi Wakamaru. I saw this picture of Ushi Wakamaru and I was like, yo, she looks so cute. And I like the side ponytail. And then I saw the little ears right here and I'm like, we can work with that. So his hair was inspired by Ushi Wakamaru from Fate. Hi Machine Boy, welcome. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. I'm Chaya, your local Aztec VTuber. I like to make art of the culture and also teach you guys about the history. And right now I am going over my design of Lord 8 Deer Jaguar Claw. So yeah, his hair, bro, literally I just took it from Ushi Wakamaru from Fate because I was like, that looks pretty cute. So we're gonna give that to him. He does look like an Uma Musume. We didn't even have horses. We actually did, but the Ice Age wiped them out. Yes, we did have they were like big horses, no? 8-year Doobie looking like a cutie patootie. Cause he is a cutie patootie. And then we have his Toltec nose ring. Depending on the on where we are in the story, he might have the nose ring, he might not. He obtains this nose ring after speaking with Lord 4 Jaguar. Now, as for the earrings, those are pretty basic, honestly. They're not even that exclusive to 8's Deer. Like, a lot of Mesoamerican figures have this style of earrings. So I was like, alright, we're just gonna keep it basic and give him those earrings. And then here, I of course gave him the Jaguar suit. I think the Jaguar suit is very iconic for him. Even though, I'm gonna be real, chat, he has so many outfits. I want to give him more outfits. This is the next outfit I want to give him. It's actually pretty cute. It almost looks like a little dress. It almost looks like a little dress, so like you know we're gonna cook with that, okay? This outfit is next. But I think he's most known for his Jaguar suit outfit. So of course, as his what's the word? As his flagship design, I went with the Jaguar suit. Now that I'm looking at his tail, I think I should make it a bit thicker. I want to make his tail a bit thicker. Okay, next up is his amulet. I just took it from this design right here. I thought it looked pretty cool. His amulet tends to change throughout his different outfits. Like I said, in the codices, bro is always changing fits. So he seems like a fashionista. But I went with this design. I think it looks pretty cute, looks pretty iconic. And so I kept that. And then right here, you may notice that his hand right here has a Jaguar print and he has some nice Gucci nails, as opposed to his other hand, which is just open. It's just not, he's not wearing anything on that hand. This is due to his lore, so I didn't get super deep into it, but when he goes against 4 Jaguar in the ritual ball game, it is said that he has a Jaguar gauntlet. So he has a glove that is like a Jaguar paw. And so I wanted to reflect that in his design. I wanted him to have a Jaguar hand. This particular design here, I might improve it later. I would like to make it seem a bit more like a gauntlet. And then these nails, they are pretty iconic. I don't know if you can see them here. But for jaguars, when you see a jaguar claw or just a jaguar animal in the codices, you often see these colored nails. In fact, Quetzalcoatl himself has these nails. And I actually painted my nails like this one time. It's really fun. And honestly, a pretty sick design. I added this little bracelet here with 2 banners just to have some unity with his hair accessories. And then now to his mashla, I kept it pretty simple, although one thing I actually want to add in here is that I want to add a bit more design to his mashla. Since he is from the town of Tilantongo, aka Newtnu, and Newtnu has a very iconic pattern associated with it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add that pattern to his loincloth. And let me just quickly bring up that picture for you guys so you guys can see it. in Newt-Nu, you guys might recall this. Right here. So I want to bring in this design into his mashla, because I imagine him being very proud of his hometown. He's like, I am from Newt-Nu. I am the king of Newt-Nu, and I want everyone to know that I am from Newt-Nu. So I will add this pattern to it. I'm not in Clip Studio Paint, so I can't use the liquify tool. Usually I would use the liquify tool to help me with the pattern. But this is Paint Tool Sai. I usually draw in Paint Tool Sai. I think the program, I've always been drawing in Paint Tool Sai, and it's just my home. But when I want to do more intense designs, I switch to Clip Studio. Please tell me it's body paint and not a Jaguar costume. Ooh. No, it's a Jaguar costume. It's a Jaguar costume, Zeki. My man needs his Jaguar suit. It's his first suit, yeah. Hi, Emerald Jack, how are you? Shika Musume, more like Musuko for the male version. Musuko, ah. First suit. Could be both. The more POW you got during war, Flower Wars, or whatever, you were giving a rink. Jaguar being one. Another rink was Eagle. Yeah! Oh, you could be deadly and fashionable simultaneously. Perfect manicure for sure! Nut nut. Dilantongo, you mean Tolantongo, eh? I thought it's Dilantongo. I always saw it as Dilantongo. I can imagine him just sassily painting his nails. Oh yeah. And then he gets pissed off at someone and then he just scratches them in the face. Repping his hometown. Yeah, he needs to rep his hometown. Sorry if you covered this. I'm just catching bits and pieces of stream, but I've always wondered. What's the question? Were the animal warrior costumes of jaguars and eagles made of cotton or skins? They were not made out of skins. No, that's a common misconception. People say like, oh my gosh, they wore the jaguar skin. They did not. They were made out of cotton, like padded cotton. Yeah, they were just painted in a way to look like a jaguar print. But no, they did not use jaguar skins. Jaguars are actually a very sacred animal. So yeah, but they did use jaguar skin in like some accessories. Like they would use it on their like chanclas, their kakli. They would use it, I think, like on their collars sometimes, but not for a full-on suit. I was gonna suggest Krita, but alright. I love Paint Tool Sai. I tried Krita. I'm not gonna lie, I did try it, but I couldn't get used to it. I'm too used to Paint Tool Sai and Clip Studio. The geometric design appears to be prominent between many cultures, also in North American tribes. Yeah, I love it! Mesoamerican equivalent to a person wearing an eye heart posture. Amazing. No, but yeah, bro, he has to rep his town, his hometown. So we're gonna give him his Dilantongo rep in his mashla. Oh, excuse me, Dilantongo is in Oaxaca. Tolantongo is in Hidalgo. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense because like I'm pretty sure it's Dilantongo. What about the helmets? Yeah, the helmets were also just made out of other materials. They were not made out of skins. Yeah, they would just make them. They would make them. Paper mache, guys. I'm just kidding. Okay, and then the rest of his design is pretty simple. Oh my gosh, his feet! Ah! His feet, it's pretty basic, honestly. Like, anytime you look at him, he's just got the basic chanclas with the red ribbon and the white cloth and the toesies out and about and free. So he's got his cute little toesies out and free. I might paint his nails. That might be cool. Another thing, now that I am re-looking at the design, I would like to add maybe like a charm of the jaguar claw, like the jaguar claw glyph somewhere around here. Like maybe it could be, maybe I could put it in his amulet somehow. But you guys remember the jaguar claw glyph? I would like to add it somewhere on his design, but I still have not figured that out yet. I will eventually. It'll come to me in a dream. I love your model. Your hair reminds me of the stars. Thank you. Yes, because I am a cosmic goddess. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy my VTuber model. Just remember to let your feet breathe. Use chanclas. Of course, his feetsies need to breathe. Of course. She's a black hole. She's full of stars. Exactly. And I love it. They're so delicious. Okay, now there's another thing. Oh, yeah. Okay. His spear, bro. His spear. The spear actually has a specific name. It is known as the owl spear. And I took it from this depiction here. But Lord Jaguar Claw, after meeting with the Oracle of Death, it is said that he was bestowed various gifts. One of them included the owl spear, and I wanted to include that in his design. There are other things that he was gifted. I think one of them is like a special shield and also a golden fish. In fact, I might actually draw his golden fish right here. Like, he just has his golden fish, okay? It's his golden fish. In a modern day setting, he would love goldfish, the snack. He would love his goldfish. The owl spear, Tecolotl. Yeah. He had his owl spear. Not stars, that's Resident Evil 8. Also, I'm not very good at spelling, so forgive me if you have a hard time reading. No worries, no worries. Sun out, Pete's out. Yeah, especially since he's blessed by the sun god himself. He has to have the feetsies out and about. That makes sense, yeah. Owls being death omens and whatnot. Fish. That's his fish. Yeah, his fish. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of rendering on him right there. I just gave you guys the flat colors, so I'm gonna bring him up in Clip Studio Paint. Clip Studio Paint. Where is he? This is usually my my workflow. I do my initial drawing, line work and everything in Paint Tool Sai. And then after that, I go into Clip Studio so I can put the fancy shading. So we'll do a little bit of shading. Honestly, chat, I get a little nervous when I draw on stream. Like, I feel like I just get distracted a lot. But I will do my best to color him a little bit. Fish. Yes, it's fish. It's his fish. Goldfish as food. I'd personally for grasshoppers. Yum. I'm painting your hair right now. It's kind of hard. I apologize for making it hard. It is definitely hard. For hair, I always just use this brush. I mean, I use this brush for everything, but yeah, very easy. With this brush, I just do the little lines and it just blends very well. If you guys have Clip Studio, this is the gouache brush, and I just paint right onto the layer with the color. I think it's very nice. It's my favorite brush in Clip Studio Paint. In Paint Tool Sai, my favorite brush is the marker. It's the marker brush. What's a fish with no eye? A fish. But yeah, bro, he was given a fish. It's so cute. I don't know why. I don't know why Lady Nine Grass was just so adamant on giving him a fish. A golden fish, to be exact. It was just like, alright, te Yusinyanya, like, I know I just banished you from your home, but like, take this fish. And he's just like, why do I need this fish? Why? I just wanted to marry Yeku. I just wanted to marry Yeku. Why you give me this fish? I don't get that fish out of my face. Nah, it's okay. He wasn't a rude boy, chat. Even though he was very angry inside, he was like, ugh, fine, I will make the best out of this. Yippee, yippee. Yeah, I love this brush. It's just so easy to shade the hair. It's so easy. Yeah, especially when coloring dark hair, I like to add these little rim lights. It just really helps it stand out. If not, it just kind of blends in. So when I add the rim lights, it just really gives it some oomph. Some oomph. Is a fish that's gold or a goldfish? That's a good question. It just says gold. It just says a golden fish. I interpreted it as a fish that is golden color, and not a fish made out of gold, you know? But yeah, I don't know why he was bestowed a fish. I think it had like some sort of ritual meaning. Like there was definitely like maybe some ritual significance in that, but who knows? Who knows what Lady Nine Grass was thinking? Yeah, take this fish. It's dangerous outside. Take this fish. Just fish. It's like, Lady Nine Grass, you're about to send me into like the wildest area, and you're just giving me this fish? What am I gonna do with this fish? And it's like, Nya, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Nya. You're gonna figure it out. You have a great destiny ahead of you. It's like, gee, thanks. It's an avocado! Thanks! Thanks, Lady Nine Grass, for the avocado. What would I do without it? Okay, I think that's enough for his hair. Okay, now for his... Bro, he looks so naked without his makeup. Make fish sticks. No! No! I forgot. I read what he did with the fish, but I forgot what it was. I think he just put it in like a sacred pond or something. I think. I forgot. She just wanted to show him her cool fish. Now you guys got me curious. Wait, let's see if I can find it. Let's see. I'm just going to open the book and do a quick Control F. Command F. And see if it tells us anything about the fish. Let's see. So it says... where's the fish? Okay, oh, so this is what he got. Lady Nine Grass gave him several objects of power. An owl arrow. Okay, so this is owl arrow. And another one, I swear I read owl spear. And a skull shield. Lethal weapons from the Huahikahi, aka the House of Death. A golden fish and a conch. references to the ocean. A bowl for sacrificed hearts, and a blue stone vessel for blood offerings. These objects had prophetic significance and were to play a role in significant events in Lord Aether's future life. And so, I'm trying to find where it says the fish. Okay, in front of the temple were placed the golden fish and skull shield Lord Aether had received in the Wahikali as signs of his mission. Okay, so he constructed a temple in Yukudza, and that's where he put the fish. See, I remember now. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know why. I don't know why he needed that fish, but now I just imagine him having like his temple, right? And it's like it has like a very nice pond, and like there's just one single ass fish in the pond, and they're like, hey, like Lord Nyanya, why is there like one fish? We should have like some more fish, you know, make it look nice. And he's like, no, bro, no, this is we can only have one fish in here. And it's like, why? It's like, because this is just one fish. Fish, I want to be his friend. Fish living in style. Oh my lord, Lord Aether, he is fine though. No, he really is. Control F fish. Fish tacos, fish soup, fried fish, breaded fish. Yo, we only got one fish though. What's your favorite Vine video? I have a couple where it's just a bunch of cars doing the car. Is it supposed to do? Wait, Vine? Like, you mean Vine? Or TikTok / like those kinds of memes? Cause let's see, what is a Vine that I really liked? Trying to remember which Vine I liked. I don't remember. I guess I like the what are those? I like the what are those? Like, what are those? What? Those are my chanclas! That was a good one. I like that. Those are my chanclas! Fish! Aguacate tortillas is a good meal in any age. Make it sing a bat to the bone. Avocado toast, yum. He's wearing a jaguar. I'm assuming he's a warrior. He is a warrior. He's a very strong warrior. Yeah. He's a warrior king. Was he just holding it in his pocket the whole time? Does he even have... Yeah, I know. That's actually a good question. Where the heck was he carrying the darn fish? He probably had like a little bundle. That's usually how it goes with these guys. They have like a little bundle and they just carry it with them. Yeah, that's probably what happened. You know, I'm like spending time rendering his face, knowing full well that this shit gonna get covered. Fishy living life, Fish. I want to be his treasure. Me too, bro. Never have I found a man this fine. Oh, he's so fine. Real, for real. Okay, but chat, question though, question. Like, I agree. He is very fine. But, hear me out. Hear me out, chat. What about Topilsin though? Like, Topilsin, depending on the interpretation, he could have been like his bestie. Like, they could have been besties, chat. Potentially. Potential besties. Potential lover. I'm just kidding. Vine. Where'd you hold a fish, Nyanya? Maybe the golden fish could multiply by mitosis. The sacred pond with one singular fish. One singular golden fish. Sounds like a roadside attraction. Have you ever heard the death whistle? The one that looks like a skull? The one that is made from wood and bone? I have heard of the death whistle. Yeah. Did you know that they weren't exactly used as most people think? They were mainly just made for ritual offerings. Like, they would just make the whistle and then just throw them into the grave. They would just bury them and be like, yep, all right, those are our offerings for the gods. But they would never really like use it. Maybe for some specific rituals they would. But yeah, some people say like, oh yeah, the death whistle was used so that they could scare off their enemies. But no, they wouldn't use it for that. They just thought they were cool looking. They're like, hey, you see this shit, bro? Yeah, I see it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, well, you know, even if we're not gonna see the beautiful shading of his face, that's okay. We're still gonna shade his face anyways. We're still gonna shade it, chat, because it's sexy. Because it's hot. Hello, Eritzin. How are you? Actually, on Twitch I should change my category to art because we are arting. There. The Americas have Batman, so we have Jaguar Man. I realized that I was 5 minutes behind the stream. I forward to what we're still talking about. Fish. Tomodachi Light, but with one single ass fish. Maybe the fish lived. Bro, how do you have that fish in his mouth? He should have me in his mouth. I mean, what? Nitse, hola! Hola, reels. Friends forevermore. No, don't bug me, no. Okay, that was bad. I admit it, that was bad. Heard one sounds scary. Have a Jaguar one. Well, I'll be going now because it's slowly turning 6 a.m. here. Have a good night. Good night. Thank you for stopping by. Oh my gosh, it's so late. Please get some rest. Monkey one, bird one, many whistles. Sounds awesome. Have heard about that. They use it to make sure their spirit's guiding to the other side. I think, yeah. And then shade it again. I read about this somewhere, but I can't remember where. All I could see is Lord Eight Deer in modern day in an aquarium looking at this one small fishy as it swims around in its big tank. It's like, you go to his house and he has a fish tank. And then it's like, yo, bro, like, when are you gonna get some fish in here? And he's like, I do have fish in there. And you're like, what? It's like, yeah. I just have one goldfish. I'm like, bro, why do you just have one goldfish? I don't know. Because it's sacred. It's like, okay. Okay then. I guess. Lord Eight Deer. If that's what you want in life. Who are we to question it, I suppose. Alright, that'll do. That'll do. I kind of don't like this part. It's too much. Okay. That's good enough. Now to do it all over again. With this paint. I have to do it all over again. Hi, Fortune. How are you? Oh, what if the spirits normally go to Mictlan out of the many afterlives depending on how you die? Yes, that's actually a video I want to do in the future. I want to talk about the The Aztec afterlife. Aztec, hoo-ha. Honestly, bro, I like the Aztec afterlife more. I like that the Aztec afterlife isn't solely based on your moral merit. It really just depends on how you die. And whereas in the Abrahamic tradition, it's like, if you good, you go to the best place ever. And if you're not good, you burn in hell for an eternity. And like, you know what? That's fine. That's fine, but the problem is that the whole concept of good and evil is actually quite ambiguous. So now you're kind of stuck there thinking, so like, am I gonna die or what? Do you want to hear an OSHA facts? Shark skins are made out of teeth. Shark skins are made out of teeth? How does that happen? What meat? Hola, señorita Chaya, qué bueno que sí la alcancé a saludarte. Hola, Iván, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido. Love your art, Barry. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Spray water to Chaya, calm down. I think so, John. You would want to talk about Aztec hoo-ha. Do you have a favorite folks lore story? My favorite story is the story of how corn was brought to humanity. The story goes that Quetzalcoatl, after creating his beloved humans, he was looking for a source of food for them. And so he's like, oh man, where am I gonna find the food for my humans? So he was looking around, and then he sees this ant, and it's scurrying along with the little corn kernel. And then Quetzalcoatl, he sees that and he gets excited. And he's like, oh, little ant, wait, stop right there, little ant. And then the little ant was like, hello, like, can I help you? And then Quetzalcoatl was like, yes, where did you get that kernel of corn? And the little ant looks at his kernel of corn and is like, oh, this thing? Oh yeah, I got it from the Mountain of Seeds. And then Quetzalcoatl was like, oh, the Mountain of Seeds? Little ant, tell me where it is. Where is it? And then the ant was like, I ain't no snitch. Bro, find it yourself. I ain't tell you where the Mountain of Seeds is. And Quetzalcoatl was like, but the humans are hungry. I have to feed them. Like, please, just guide me to where the Mountain of Seeds is. I promise I'll keep it a secret. And then little ant was like, nah, bruh. Nah, I don't trust you. And I ain't no snitch. I'm not gonna show you where the Mountain of Seeds is. And so Quetzalcoatl is like, please, little ant, tell me where it is. Little ant was like, no. Quetzalcoatl again, please, little ant, tell me where it is. Little ant was like, nah. And then finally Quetzalcoatl, he gets like angry. Like he's getting desperate. And he's like, little ant, tell me where the Mountain of Seeds is now. And then the little ant was like, oh shit. And like, it got like very scared. And it started to like curl up in itself in fear. And it started to cry. And then Quetzalcoatl saw the little ant be sad. And Quetzalcoatl was like, oh no. I'm sorry, little ant. Please. Tell me where the Mountain of Seeds is, will ya? And so the little ant, he kind of like looks up. And he's like, he sniffles a bit. Okay, Quetzalcoatl. I'll show you where the Mountain of Seeds is. And so they go together to the Mountain of Seeds. Hooray! And then when they get to the Mountain of Seeds, Quetzalcoatl kind of runs into a bit of a problem. Because even though he wants to like get all the seeds out, there is no way for him to move the mountain. There is no way for him to get all the seeds out of the mountain, to break the mountain. So he's like, oh man, like how am I gonna get food to the humans? I got so far. I tried so hard and in the end it didn't even matter. But then he's like, wait, I have an idea. And so he calls to Lord Tlaloc. He's like, he hits up Lord Tlaloc. Tlaloc! Tlaloc, amiguis! And Tlaloc is like, what up, Quetzalcoatl? What you want, bro? And Quetzalcoatl is like, hey, like, can you send one of your lightnings here? He's afraid. Can you send some lightning over here? Can you, like, break up this mountain with your powerful lightning? And Tlaloc is like, I guess, sure. I'll send some lightning. I got you. And so, boom! He strikes the mountain with lightning, and the mountain, boom, blows up into a bunch of bajillion pieces. And then all of the seeds start to rain. Oh, lemmings. Hi, lemmings. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Welcome. And then all the seeds start falling from the sky. And they start falling into like the ground and stuff. And then the interesting thing though is that, well, some seeds got hit by the lightning a bit more than other seeds, so they got a little toasted. And that's why you might see the diversity of different vegetables like squash and beans and corn. You'll notice that that they have different colors. Like there's not just yellow corn. There's corn of like red color. There's brown corn. There's purple corn. And that's because, yeah, some of the seeds got a little toasted compared to the other ones. Same thing with the beans. There's dark beans. There's pinto beans. There's light colored beans. Yeah, just some of the beans got a little toasted compared to the others. And that's my favorite story. That was a long story. I'm sorry if I yapped for a long time. Actually, it's a substance called dentin. Its teeth really... What? I mean, there are parasites that usurp a fish's tongue. Would it be surprised if the fish lived a symbiotic? It's like jaguar. That's crazy. That's crazy. ¿Estoy bien y usted? Muy bien, aquí nomás estoy contando historias de Quetzal. That is a parasitic bug, though not fish. Chippy! Now to the seeds, they had great names back then. Yeah. Ow! Ow! Who hit me? Besides, Valhalla is awesome as well. Not theologist, so I'm likely wrong. I ain't no snitch. That's wild for an ant. All the stories with ants, they're so chill. Oh, it's just Piomo. That's why he would say something like that to him. After this, I have to write out an apology for something I didn't even do. Some rando told my best friend that I talked behind his back and have to write like 3 paragraphs of why this kid hates me. Oh no! Oh no, good luck. I've been living real hard as a Jewish guy. Reincarnation, that's for people who think there is such a thing as better next time. Next time we'll never be promised the same. Yeah, might as well do the best you can now that you're here. Oh yeah, I remember rainbow corn. Yeah, though dope concept. I definitely live as hard as possible if I get reincarnated. I read that you get turned into something dope if you do a good job. Oh, what would be better than a human though? Like in this earth. Like I think every other thing it kind of sucks. Rainbow of corn, yum corn. That's fine. I like listening to folklore stories. Yay! I love thinking about the 3-soul concept where one can ascend, one stays on earth, and the other goes. Maybe I'm misremembering. There's actually a similar thing in Mexica belief. Not necessarily of the soul, but of it has to do with the tonali. So there's such a thing as tonali for the Mexica. And it's essentially your life force. Not necessarily soul, it's more of a life force. And it's located on 3 parts of your body. On the top of your head, in your heart, and I forgot the other one. I think it's in your liver. Yeah, the other tonali lives in your liver. And I think the one in your head is the one that kind of dictates your identity, like who you are as a person. So that's why when you see like soldiers get captured in the codices, you'll note that they're getting caught by the hair. And then they would cut the hair tuft. And that just meant that like they would kind of cut off pieces of their tonali, of their life force, and take it for themselves. Well, yeah, that's just a little bit of Aztec lore. Aztec lore. What they I have started doing is sometimes you put like a little line of intense color to help differentiate the different shadows. I think I went with the wrong color here. It has to be very subtle. A tree, I think. A toy. The Mexicans have corn, not corn. The Incas have potatoes. All different colors and forms. All of them. Yummy. Yes! When I go to Mexico, I want to try different corns. Because here in the United, you don't have the corn diversity. All we got is this nasty ass Monsanto genetically engineered Frankencorn. We have some weird ass Frankencorn. So like when I go to Mexico, I wanna try some of the other corns. How often do you visit Mexico? Tacho Hade. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you today? We're drawing our boy Jaguacla. Senor Jaguar. Mr. Hotness. Senor Lindo. Thank you for the corn. Maize! But let's see, the question was how often do I visit Mexico? I haven't visited in a while because I've been wanting to get my Mexican citizenship before I go. And in order for me to get my citizenship, I had to change my name. Like I had to change my name. Legally, it was such an arduous process. I never want to do something like that ever in my life. And like I told myself, like, even with marriage, I refuse to change my name ever again. Like, changing my name was the worst thing I had to do. It was such a pain in the butt. So I'm like, yeah, no, I'm going to stay as Chaya Cosmic for the rest of my life. I refuse to be known as Chaya Nebula or Chaya Cluster. I will stay as Chaya Cosmic. In Mexico, do they have a corn called chocolo or chocolo? I actually don't know. I'm not too sure. Really, but the Native Americans have also many types of corn as well. I see. Maybe I had to go to a specific like far. Oh, what the? Oh no! Wait. Oh shoot! Am I frozen? Oh god. Chat, I thought I almost lost everything. Did you see my screen freeze? That was terrifying. Yeah, maybe I have to go to specialized farmers for that corn, because as of right now I don't really know where it would get corn of different colors. Wait, now what the heck is this? Is this white? Okay, that's the white. Yay! Yay! Change your name like last night to represent your Mexican side. I had to change my name because my middle name was part of my mom's maiden name was my middle name. And so when I was trying to get my Mexican citizenship, you know how they include both the mom and dad's last name and they combine it? So what happened is that since my middle name was my mom's maiden name, my name was gonna be Chaya Galaxia Cosmic Galaxia. And they were like, yeah, like, you should fix that. I don't think I could do your documents like that. So I was like, no. Yeah, and so I was like, well, it's just getting rid of my middle name. It shouldn't be that bad. Oh, it was so bad, chat. I think in total I spent like almost $1,000 trying to change my name. Because it's like, you have to sign this document, and you have to pay this fee, and you have to do this, and you have to do that. Oh, now you have to take this document to this court, and then you have to wait a month, and then you have to pay this fee in order for us to do the process, and then you gotta print out this paper, which you also have to pay money for. Yeah. Low battery save. Yeah, I saved my work. That's why you remember to save once in a while, kids. Change your name, you're married? Sorry for the children, but I'm taking it back. No, I'm not married. No, I'm saying that if I ever get married, I am not changing my name. I refuse to change my name ever again. Because I had to change my name in order to get my citizenship, which is still in the process. And so changing my name was such a horrible experience. Like, you just have to do so much. So I told myself, yeah, like, we're not gonna do that ever again. Because like with marriage, it's like, as a woman, it's pretty like standard, I guess, to change your name. But I'm like, nah, I don't want to. I don't want to. I did it once. I never want to do it again. The husband could change his name if he wants. 1,000? Yeah, it was almost $1,000 to do everything. Red Court is pretty and dope looking. Yeah. It wasn't just for citizenship. It was because of the name change. Insisto que para mí es más pintura corporal que un traje. Remember, I was watching a video from a YouTuber explain that the Spaniards went to Mexico just to find gold, but they were disappointed to find platinum that they didn't know was valuable. They were obsessed with gold, and like for the Aztecs, they were like, I mean, we like gold, but it's like, it's god poop. That's what gold was to them. It was god poop. Like, oh, you want some of Donatiu Poopy? Okay. Take as much as you want. Just leave us alone. But yeah. To the Aztec, gold was god poop. Was boopies. They valued turquoise more. Jaguar pajamas. There are some native nurseries you get native seeds from. The res has some good seeds. That sounds fantastic. Let me know how hard it is to get your Mexican citizenship. I was planning to do the same, but my mom wasn't too thrilled about it. The actual citizenship process isn't that hard if you have all your documents in order. If something is wrong with your document, yeah, you're screwed, bro. You are screwed. You are in for a wild ride. As was the case for me. I thought everything was gonna be fine. I thought I was gonna be perfectly fine. But no. No, they found something. They found something, chat. I was so upset. Hooray for Liquify tool. Yeah, we're gonna give him his Tilantongo drip. Hooray, Tilantongo. AKA Blacktown. Blacktown. Can relate. It took me 4 months to get my citizenship due to paperwork, but never changing my name. Oh yeah, I've been at this since like last year. Yeah, since last year. As someone that works with the new hires at work, most women add the name and don't change. So it's like Jane, old name, new name. Jane, old name, new name. Okay, I see. Even then though, I don't want to go through that again. In Mexico, you should keep your name even if married. My parents still have their birth names. Yeah, same thing with my mom. She has her birth name. In Mexico, I think it's messed up. They said you should change your name. Yeah, I had to change my name because like it was just gonna be weird. Like I was gonna be Chaya Galaxia Cosmic Galaxia. Like I would have Galaxia twice in my name. It's like it like makes sense, I guess, but it was just like why? I thought it was gonna be easy. No, it wasn't easy, chat. Not at all. But luckily, I think I did most of the hard part. Right now, I'm waiting for my new ID card. And I'm waiting for my new birth certificate. They just take forever to do anything. So I'm just waiting on that. And then I could actually start the process for Mexican citizenship. Which... like I said, if all of your documents are in order, it should be an easy process. Should be. But, you know, the people that work there, they always find something. Always find something. They're like, oh, wait a second. You thought this was gonna be easy? Well, think again, punk. Think again. We just found this. You have to fix it right now. God poop? Well, pretty close if you're talking about the sun god. Yeah. My name is hyphenated, so I got both. That's beautiful. The Spaniards, yo quiero It is very crazy bureaucracy. I heard the natives try to bribe the Spanish away with the big golden coin/shield. Guess how that turned out. Yeah. I thought the Mayans like cocoa, you know, from the tree, and they use it to trade, because when I was watching a documentary, they always showed cocoa as their main gold. Yeah, cacao was, the cacao seeds were used as a currency. It was definitely very, it was very valuable. But I mean, there was a lot of things that were valuable. Quetzal feathers were very valuable. Turquoise, textiles. They're all like very valuable. Even like cloaks. You could buy a lot of things just by trading a cloak. And so yeah. Gotta draw the coochie. I'm just trying to think how to shade the coochie part, because I don't want it to be super like obvious. Buen sombreado. Gracias. The power of trade by Natbox by. Oh, did Natbox leave? And I get sleepy. I'll watch more of your video once I wake up tomorrow. Yay! Thank you, Natbox. I appreciate it. See, everyone, and thank you for understanding my spelling. Of course! The Gucci! Gotta. Look. The boys got Gucci's too. In this house, we stand boy pussy. I'm just kidding. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Chad. I'm sorry. Why you bunk me? Wapon T was. Yaupon T was even traded. That's lovely. Yeah, I know that, like, if you wanted a slave, you would just sell 30 cloaks. 30 or 40 cloaks. In fact, my character, Tachi, he was sold for 30 cloaks. And it's like, oh man, he wasn't even paid for, like, for the 40 cloaks. It's because he's not that great of a dancer. He's a good singer, he's just not too great at dancing. And so the person that bought him was like, does he dance though? And they're like, eh, like, he's alright. He's like, okay, I'll still take him, but I mean, I'm not buying him for 40 cloaks. Like, what about 30? And they're like, sure, fine, just take him. Just take Tachi, it's fine. We'll take the 30 cloaks. So yeah, that's what Tachi's worth. He was just worth 30 cloaks, bro. Pobrecito. Poor baby. Little baby. Red-blooded Fujoshi. As a frothy drink for higher ups, it's an acquired taste, but I was deep on the cocoa water for a few years. Just talking about it makes me want to make more. Cocoa water. For me, I really like chocolate drinks, but I can't stand it with water. And it's like, I know that's how the Aztec would drink it though. So I'm like, I'm sorry, ancestors. I just can't. I don't like chocolate. Hot chocolate with water. I refuse hot chocolate with water. It just does not taste right at all. No me gusta, chat. No me gusta el chocolate con agua. ¿A ustedes les gusta chocolate con agua? Yo no. Not me. Not me, bro. You won't catch me with water hot chocolate. Should learn the moonwalk. Ooh. When I was in junior high, I learned how to shuffle. You guys remember when shuffling was very popular? I remember that. I survived that. I survived the shuffling era. It was crazy. Okay, so we have a little bit of his Jaguar suit. Hi, Faye the Faye. How are you? Welcome! Welcome, Raiders. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Chaya, your local Aztec VTuber. I like studying Mesoamerican history and making art of the culture, and today we are drawing, or we are coloring my design of Deyusi Nyanya, aka Jaguar Claw. I heard about Jaguar Time. Hell yeah, that's our boy. This is our boy Iyanakwa Deyusi Nyanya, which translates to 8 Deer Jaguar Claw. So we're just coloring him right now. I just finished his design. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Yeah. Every day I'm shuffling. Thank you again for the raid, Faye. I appreciate it. And I know streaming can be tiring, so if you need to raid and run, totally understandable. Make sure to take care of yourself. But if you want to stick around, you are more than welcome to. And you are more than welcome to ask me any questions about Aztec stuff. I love talking about this stuff. That's so cool. It is a drink from my teot. My pleasure. I'll definitely leave a lurk and see how your work goes. Thank you, Faye. I appreciate it. Thanks again for the raid. It is indeed a drink for the gods. Chocolate. I drink chocolate con panela. Oh, that's so delicious. Low-key a goblin, no milk, no sugar, just bitter beer. What? Bro, that's crazy. Not even worth 31 cloaks. I know, poor baby. Poor Tachi. Yeah, he wasn't worth the full cloaks. And then after that, he got sold again. But, well, actually, no, he wasn't even sold. He was just taken by the Spaniards. Because he was just in the wrong place in the wrong time. Pobrecito. Pobrecito. I was debating whether I should be like, oh, should Tachi be a descendant of Jaguar Claw? But I'm like, nah, I don't think he should. The point of Tachi is that he's just so basic. He literally is so basic. He has nothing. He has no, like, insane merit. He's just a boy. He's just a boy. Eh. Try not to make the coochie look too look too out there, okay? You don't want distractions. You don't want distractions, chat.
Senpai?
This is somewhat of an off-topic question, but it's art-related. As someone who's not used to digital art, what are some tips to digital artwork? Sorry if this question has was asked before. I've been here somewhat recently. Hi, Lil Zach. Welcome. Tips to digital art. Depends. Do you have a screen tablet or do you have a pen tablet? Honestly, I don't think the tablet matters too much. All I could really recommend is practice. Definitely practice. I think that'll be your best teacher. The only thing for digital that I love and that you can't get in traditional is the concept of clipping layers. So for here in his face paint, I just clipped this to his to the face layer. So if you notice, if I unclip it, you see a little bit of the colors just kind of bleed out. So clipping layers can go a long way when you're doing digital artwork. But other than that, yeah, definitely just practice. I'd say don't worry too much about like what brush you're using. A lot of times artists will just like still sell brushes and stuff and be like, yeah, like check out how awesome this brush is, which is great. It's definitely great. But just know that a brush won't automatically make your art like boom amazing. So my suggestion, instead of buying like crazy brushes, I would just play around with the default ones and see what you like. You'll find yourself gravitating to like one specific brush and be like, oh yeah, like that's the one I use for everything. Like that's me with the gouache, which is the one I'm using right now. It's like, I just use it for everything. I like the way it blends. It just lends itself so perfectly to my coloring style. Just a wee lad. Originally, chocolate was a bitter drink. The Europeans added the sweetness and spices later. Yeah. Isn't a distraction a good tactic for a fight? Get in the habit of naming your layers too. Oh! You know, you're right. You're absolutely right. I don't name my layers, honestly. Like, I don't do it. It's a bad habit. I know. I don't name my layers. What I do though is I group by color. I group by color. So like this is my orange layer. And so I just group by that. I do name the folders though. See, like right here, this one's called full body color. This one is called spear. This one is called headshot. So I do name the folders. I don't name the individual layers because I think I've been drawing digitally for long enough that I kind of know my system. So I don't need to put names on them all the time. Now, if I'm doing a VTuber model, oh, you need to name the layers, bro. You are gonna die if you do not name them. You will die, your rigger will die, everyone will die if you don't name your layers. Hey yo, hi Epic Boy, how are you? Welcome. I love telling other people random 2-cent facts about their culture and history. Feels good, man. Yeah! Like that Disneyland ride, it's a small world after all. Hey yo, thank you for the tips. Yes, of course, I see. I'm going to combine all 4. Coffee, cocoa, matcha, and IDK. What represent Northern? Tea, bro. Tea to complete colonials. Yeah, don't do everything on one layer, right? If I am in the zone and I just want to draw, like I just want to draw something like a crazy person, I do one layer. There's actually one art in particular I did a long time ago that I did in one layer. Let me show you guys where it is. Let's see if I have it on hand. Yeah, there is one art that I don't know what I did, but I was so locked in, I drew it all in one layer. And the story about this one is actually pretty interesting. I found it. I hope there's no hentai here. Okay, there it is. Yeah, do you see the layer panel? Do you see this? It's one freaking layer, bro. It's one layer. I drew this in one layer. It's crazy. I drew it in one layer. And of course, I did do some overlaying. Like I was like, oh wait, I want to like draw his eyes in. So I just put his eyes in. And I was playing around with the beak mask and I was like, okay, I don't want to mess the whole thing up. But in general, the beak mask is also like one layer. But this was a case of me just being like very locked in, because the story with this art is that I got this design from a dream. So I was drawing Quetzalcoatl, and then when I went to sleep, I had a dream that I was Quetzalcoatl, like I was in his body. And then I looked in the mirror, and when I looked in the mirror, I saw myself, or like Quetzalcoatl, turn into like an alter version. It's like a corrupt version, and I saw his skin go like green. His hair also went like white, and then the red feathers emerged from the side, and like his eyes looked kind of like this, like they were just kind of spooky. And I was like, whoa. And when I woke up, I was like very shook about what I saw, and I had to draw it. And so I drew it really, really quickly. And that's why it's all in one layer, because it was like me going monkey on this. Just like drawing it as fast as I could, or else I would forget it. I thought he was already green. Well, I was my this Quetz. This was my original Quetz design, so he's brown. But then like this is what I saw in the dream. Not the mask, just like this. So I was like, oh. Yeah, and that's where Quetz alter design came out. So then I drew him again in this is me drawing my drawing of him later on in life. It's so hot. Hot. But originally the design, this was the first time I drew him. That's so sick, very spooky. Thank you. you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this art just because it was pure monkey mode. It was pure monkey. It was just like, oh, I need to get this. I need to get this in ASAP or else I'm gonna forget it. Because you know how dreams are? Like if you don't like write it down, you'll forget it. Okay, I'm gonna color in his turquoise. I'm gonna show you how I color turquoise. It's actually kind of silly, but we'll see. So first, when I color turquoise, I do the base shadows, and I do it pretty loosely like this. And then there's a brush that I like to use to give it that oomph. A dream? James Cameron conceived the Terminator in a dream. How impressive dreams. No, for real though, like those, my dreams, when they cook, bro. They cook. Like, that's where I got the design for Quetzalter. So yeah. They're no joke. Like, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, damn, that was such a good story. Holy crap. Hi, Nasco, how are you? Welcome. That or you ate something weird that night. Why are Quet's hands covered in blood? Oh, right here? This is Quetzalter, and they're not covered in blood. His hands are just red. But he does have blood. There's a difference. There's a difference between his hand that's red and the blood. It's because it's his corrupt self. So I made Quetz as a corrupt boy. Oh no. Where is my... Uh-oh. I'm trying to find my brush. Trying to find the brush I use for the for my thing. Oh, I found it. Okay. Yeah, I use this brush. It's called Funky Checkered Zigzag. It's called Funky Checkered Zigzag. Oh. I love this thing. Wait, why is this red? Oh. Oh, that's why.
BB Kitchen にようこそ.
Oh! Oh my goodness! Hello, Ultra Dai Senpai. Hello, Ephraim Zane. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Hello, welcome, raiders. My name is Cosmic Chaya. I am your local Aztec VTuber. I like to study Mesoamerican history and make art of the culture. And today we are working on my design of Iya Nakua Te Yusinyanya, aka Lord Eightier Jaguar Claw. He's a very cool historical figure. So yeah, hello, welcome. How are you guys? What are you guys up to? Have you condensed a pizza in these trying times? Have you condensed a pizza in these I have not. I have not condensed the pizza. Oh my goodness. That's actually super cool. Thank you, aka Lord Nyanya. Yeah, he's a cat boy. And also kind of an Uma. Chat saw him and is like, bro, he kind of looked like a Uma Musume. And I'm like, yeah, I see it. He is cats and he is also Uma. Hence, deer and jaguar. Considered. Oh my god, I see the Uma. You guys see the Uma? Yeah, he's a Uma. Well, deer. Well, yeah, thanks again for the raid, Ephraim. I appreciate it. And if you need to raid and run, feel free to do so. I know that streaming can be pretty tiring. So feel free to raid and run if you need to. And if you want to stick around, you're more than welcome to. We're just talking about Aztec stuff. We're talking about the Aztec folklore. And a little bit about art too. The extent of my knowledge is in this regard is that this Katlipoka is in. He is. He is. I know he's in Fate. I did not know he was in Grand Blue Fantasy. Now I'm curious how he looks like. I just hope that they didn't whitewash him again. Because at least with this Katlipoka in particular, like that bro, like he's covered in black paint. So it's just funny. It'll be interesting if they just flat out whitewashed him. And it's like, well, okay. It isn't our first rodeo with this. Yeah, as a summon, yeah, we had my affiliate anniversary and I wanted to pass the part to you. That's fantastic. Congratulations on your affiliate anniversary. Hooray! Yippee! That's awesome. I'm gonna maybe soak my head and eat, lol. Yes, yes, please do. Please take care of yourself. I know streaming be intense. I have actually been going on for quite some time. Holy crap, it's late, guys. But I am enjoying myself. So that's why I'm continuing trying. There's also some amount of representation in Puzzle and Dragon, probably. That's awesome. You know, I'm all for representation. Like, even with FGO, like, I know they got a lot of criticism for making this Katlipoka the way he looks. But I do think that a lot of people were able to connect with this character despite the not so accurate design. I think that has led a lot of people to connect to this culture. That at least is my case, because in Fate Grand Order, for me it was with Kamazotz. Kamazotz was such a beautiful character, and I still love him. I still adore him. A young crow, thank you for the follow. And yeah, that's how I got into studying this subject material, because of some silly gacha game. And I was like, oh yeah, this is so cool. Anyways, do you guys see that? Do you guys see the turquoise trick with my zigzag checker brush? Isn't that cool? That's why I really like this brush. It just really gives it that nice sparkly. And with the Mesoamerican art, they used a lot of turquoise mosaic, which is it's turquoise pieces assembled together in a mosaic style, and that is very hard to do by hand, so I use this brush. Sleep is for the peak. Yeah, not a mistake. I agree. I love sleeping too. I was dreaming I won a heavyweight boxing match, but I was just blackout drunk fighting with the Waffle House dad. I wonder if they ever find it funny that they named the selves after whole sentences, unless they are named only the nobility took. Wait, I'm curious. What do you mean about name themselves after whole sentences? Like they're I guess so. 8-Deer Jaguar Claw. Usually what would happen though, like as the case with Lord 8-Deer Jaguar Claw, he has two names. His first name is 8-Deer, which is his calendrical name. You get that name when you're born. So if you're born on like November 20th, your name is just November 20th. And then later on in life, you are bestowed a name. Usually having to do with like something you did or something that just matches your vibe. You are given another name, and that is the name Jaguar Claw. So later on in life, they're like, okay, my dude, you kind of got this Jaguar Claw vibe, so we're gonna name you Jaguar Claw. And he was like, okay. That brush is super cool, right? I think it's a default brush in Clip Studio. It's called the Funky Checkered Zigzag. So if you ever want to draw turquoise, just hit up my bro, Funky Checkered Zigzag, and you're all set. Yeah, and then I add a little bit of detail right here. Like I like to add a little bit of the rim light, because I like rim lights, bro. Rim lights are the best. But yeah, there's his turquoise turquoise color. I like how it came out. Sometimes it doesn't come out that great. Like, I remember with this guy, it was a struggle to get it to look right. But yeah, I guess eventually it worked out. Funky, yeah, that's his name! It's the Funky Zigzag. Funky Checkered Zigzag Brush. It is in fact very funky checkered zigzag. Like the Vikings, their naming conventions are quite similar. For real? Oh, that's cool. I love it. Actually think that brush is super neat. It gets the feel for the light on the material rather than light art could. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it's just, I love how the different colors just mesh together. Yeah, please check out my man Funky Checkered Zigzag. You won't regret it. I might actually use it for the red piece as well, because I think they use like a coral here, so I want to try it with the red. Oh, but first we're gonna do some preliminary shading. That usually helps the effect of the funky zigzag, because you already have like an underlayer of shading. Yeah. Guys, we're almost done with his rendering. His golden fish. We're almost done with his rendering. I didn't expect to finish his rendering today. I thought I was gonna get distracted. Fish! Fish! Not fa, but fish. Yeah, we're gonna give him his funky checker zigzag. Yeah, I think that gives him a good look. I might also add it in his amulet, so it looks fancier. Oh, and then all we have left is actually the gold here. He has gold little bells on his collar and some sort of tassel looking thing here. I actually don't really know what this is. Sometimes I know what it is. It's like, oh, it's an obsidian amulet, or it's a cross-cut shell. But with nyanyas, I'm like, I don't know what you have there, bro, but it looks cool. It looks cool, I guess. It's alright. Yeah. See? Easy. Totally easy with funky checker. All it took was like 3 brush strokes, and we got a nice pattern. Do you see that? Do you see that, chat? Popping in to say, where's the Yuri? Oh, you want to see the Yuri? I got you. I got you. It's right here. It's right here. This is the Aztec Yuri. Okay, before you're like, wait a second, what's going on? Trust me, bro. Trust me. So, the couple at its core is hetero. Like, this is a guy. Okay, this is a man. However, they are still Yuri because they are more like 2 girlfriends than a boy and a girl. The dynamic is Yuri. The actual, if you want to go by what's in the pantalones, you know, he is a guy. He is a male. But they love each other like 2 women. Like two women love each other. So, Yuri, toxic hete Yuri. I'm going by expression of the self, lol. Cool, yeah. So, they're Yuri, yeah. I'd say they're Yuri. I mean, in ancient times, there wasn't such thing as like he, him, she, her pronouns. So, he's not like, I identify as a girl, but he definitely got girly pop vibes, bro. Look at those nails. Look at those nails on fleek. Look at those nails on fleek, bro. Also, he is a fashionista. I was looking at his portrayal in the codices, and it's like my man has like a bunch of fits. These are just 2 out of like 10 that I found in the codex. Like every time, bro, it's the same exact scene. Like they just go from one room to another and he has a different fit. It's like, how are you changing outfits that fast, bro? So yeah, like see, he has his jaguar fit and then he has like his cute like dress, his cute red dress. So yeah, a different fit. Slay. ¿Cómo funciona eso, Yuri? Pero uno es hombre. Yo me enfoco más en la dinámica. Porque pues es hombre, nomás que la manera que interactúa con Yeku es como si fueran amigas. Porque ya la manera que uno se comporta con una amiga y un amigo es diferente en comparación a 2 amigas. Y así las veo, como si fueran 2 amigas. So, yeah, he's a boy. It's just that the way they interact with each other, it's like 2 girlfriends. So yeah, and the reason I did that is because the story itself is pretty violent. And if I gave them the regular like hetero tropes, it would easily become kind of like a male revenge fantasy, and I didn't want that in the story. So by framing it more as a Yuri couple, I think it adds a lot more depth to their dynamic. Oh my gosh, he's so hot. He's so hot. What the heck? How is a man so beautiful? Save check. Oh my gosh! Thank you! Oh my goodness! Imagine if I lost everything. Okay, saved. We have saved. Chat. We saved. And they were amigas. Ay, Dios mío, they were amigas. That's buenísimo, Yuri. Más Yuri, señora. Claro, claro. Fashion. Just for everyone. I forgot which region in Africa, but my friend was telling me about it from her anthropology class last year. Social impreg is where a woman will be seen as a man based on something or other, and if she wants to have a kid and gets pregnant, they see it as male pregnancy. That's freaking beautiful. We need more impreg visibility. I love that. Hell yeah. Hey, Pride Month is coming up. It all works out. Damn. Damn. Yeah, the way I see them interacting, it's almost like Catra and Adora. If you guys have seen She-Ra, the remake of She-Ra. Yeah, that's how their dynamic is. Very Catra Adora coded. And my boy Jaguar Claw, he is Catra. He's a little toxic, a little bit. He's a little cuckoo crazy. But I think he's just been through a lot. He just wants to be noticed. Like Catra, you know? She was like, when will someone notice me and value me as a person and see all of my accomplishments? Like, why is it always Adora? Why is it always Adora? And with him, it's very similar, where he was always shafted in life because he didn't have royal blood. And so for him, it's like, it's always Yeku. It's always Yeku. She gets everything she wants. She has the support from the ancestors and the gods themselves, and I am trying everything possible and I still don't get noticed. Oh, hi Morika Lori. How are you? Welcome to the stream. That's kind of the sentiment going on here. And if I made it hetero trope, he would have looked more like a man baby. Where it's like, why do women get more attention than me? Ooh. And like, I don't really want to bring the gender dynamics in here. I want it to be more of like, this has to do with the soul, chat. With the soul. It's not about gender, it's about the soul. Not the pick-me dynamic for, yeah, like, yeah, if I made him like very manly and stuff, it would just devolve into like, oh, like why don't they notice me? Like I'm so strong. Yeah, I didn't want that. You saved the story now. If it was hetero, he'd be a chud, incel. Yeah, incel chud. Yeah, and I was just like, no, like the story is deeper than that. It's definitely deeper. Why women don't like me? Yeah. And my boy, like, in the end, he just wants to be, like, valued for his, not even valued. I think his main motivation is that he just wanted to marry Yeku. He just likes her a lot, and she got married off to an old man, and they both liked each other. They both really liked each other. It's just that they're like, well, no, you can't be with her because you're like, you're not legitimate, bro. You're not a legitimate child. You have no claim to the throne. Like, who do you think you are? And then he's like, bet, bro, freaking bet. Bet. I must go now. I hope to catch stream again soon. Good night. Good night. Go, my chudling. I'm drawing Doom Yuri as we speak. I hope other people in chat are doing the same. Yeah, try to remember to save in many hard drives. USB. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, you're right. Did I tell you guys my computer? I thought my computer was completely dead the other day because it wasn't booting. And I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck. Because, like, it just wasn't booting at all. And I was like, bro, all my art is there. Like, I haven't backed it up. Like, I haven't backed up since the mid 2025, I think. So I was like, no, bro, I'm screwed. But no, luckily it was just because I had my hard drive connected via USB, and I think my computer was trying to boot from that hard drive instead of my main SSD. So when I disconnected the hard drive, it just worked fine. Yeah, but no, for real, chat, I was like, Jai, I know it was really bad. I was scared. I was so scared. But yes, I assure you guys, I did back up all my stuff. It's backed up. And I'm actually looking into getting a like setting up a cloud auto cloud backup, even though it's expensive. But I do want to try that. I had the 20XX is funny. Don't even remember the date. Oh. Good night. Oh, that's weird. Yeah. Good night. Whoever really school. Good night. Oh. Yeah, we might actually end soon too because it's late. How long have I been streaming? I think I've been streaming for almost 4 hours. But it's okay. I enjoyed today's stream because we're just chismeando and drawing, and I like that. It's 4 minutes till midnight where I'm at. Bro! It's almost 10 in my time zone. It's almost 10. So yeah, I should eat. And I also have to play Repo with Ash. Oh crap, I actually do have to end stream soon. I just joined a bit ago, so I'm glad it lasted longer. Thank you, Weird Bear, for stopping by. It's great to see you. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much done. We're pretty much done with Nyanya. What do you guys think, chat? Did we cook? I still need to draw his local drip on his mashla, but for the most part, he's done. He's done, bro. We got our cute cat boy. New cat boy dropped. The chore play repo priorities channel. I will be honest though, I see Catra as a jealous loser, and now that you brought up the comparison between the two of them. On the surface, yeah, you could be like, oh, Catra's a jealous loser. But when you look deeper into who she is as a character, it's not that she's jealous. It's that she is scared of being abandoned. And so she You have a good night, Chaya. Thank you. Thank you. You too. Yeah, I think Catra had a very bad abandonment issues. She was abused for a good portion of her life. And so for her, the only way that she could assure that someone would value her and cherish her is if she was the best. And if she, like, you know, overachieved at everything. And then, was she jealous of I don't think she was. Maybe on the surface it was like a jealousy towards Adora. But I think more than anything, she wanted Adora to always be with her. Now, she didn't want to get abandoned by Adora. But the thing with Adora is that she was always like, everyone was like, oh, Adora, you're doing so many great things. Oh, now we're going to change you to like this department or whatever. And Catra would get pissed because it's like, no, like, why don't you notice me? I want to stay with Adora because she's the only one I trust, but nobody notices what I do. So that's kind of the way I see it. That's kind of how I see Jaguar Claw. It's like, he's not jealous of Yeku. He's not power hungry. It's just, he really just wants to be with Yeku. Because, you know, being with Yeku was just the only moments of happiness he had. And the only way he could be with Yeku is if he proves himself to be on par with her. Essentially becoming her rival. It's not like Catra was surrounded by good adults in her life. Yeah, poor Catra. Oh my. Hi Chaya chat, just came home from a party in the city, so I'm checked out. So I might crash soon. Since it's my first time here, I thought I'd say hi first and see what's up. Hi Kochi no Iserina, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Marvel rival. Yeah, we're gonna end stream soon too, because we have been at it for like a solid 4 hours. We have been at it for a solid 4 hours, and we are pretty much done with Teyusi Nyanya. I think he came out pretty nice. I like him. I like his nose ring. I like his cute little Uma ears. Yeah, I think he came out nice. Yeah, you keep eating at like 3. I know I do eat like at 3 a.m. bro. No, locked in too hard. Yeah, we did lock in, bro. Bueno, chat. Es tiempo. It's time to say goodbye. It's time to say goodbye, chat. Oh, okay. All right. Ow! All right, YouTube. We will say goodbye to YouTube. Twitch, stick around. Stick around, Twitch. We're going to raid someone, okay? But YouTube, this is goodbye for now. Thank you guys for stopping by. Nos vemos. Oh crap! I actually don't know when the next time will be. But anyways, bye YouTube. Bye YouTube.